Anticlimactic.
Mark and Marquettes, welcome to Sunday Night Fights. I am Mr. CCC himself, your heel of the year. The accolades we know go on and on. We go through this song and dance, all the same. Rumble Apocalypse here. And join me tonight, the team of three. First, let me introduce to you your new LFF World Heavyweight Champion, the prize fighter, Simon Davner. That's right, baby.
That's right, baby. Thank you, Rambo, for that introduction. Folks, you can continue to praise me down there in the comments. I greatly appreciate it. No, it's been one hell of a week. I gotta tell you, the party has not stopped over here over at Star Maker Compound. It has been insane, and I'm looking forward to continuing the party long into the future.
There you go. And the other member of our team, the Triad champion, the U.S. GM, the greatest Midwest Coast tag team champion of all time, a member of the Big Picture trademark, baby. He is the GOAT Brock Smith. What's up, baby?
I'm feeling great. I can't take any moment. I'd like to congratulate Simon Davner for his new title run. He is going to have a title run like Brian Schmidt, because when we look back on it, when the dust is all settled, we're going to realize how in the hell did he win that belt? Brian Schmidt winning against Bob Dunn, Simon Davner winning against Candyman Dan. Folks, if you want the LFF World title run, please don't let your dreams be dreams, because even Simon Davner, even Brian Schmidt can win an award so prestigious it makes trash look good.
Oh, I knew we were going to start off like that. Exclamation point Barry in the chat, folks.
I may just rig this triad qualifier.
Oh, get out.
We just spent nothing else. What else?
We spent nothing else. Yeah. I wonder who's gonna.
Crime doesn't pay, right? Something like that. Party hard. I don't know. But here we are. We've got quite the lineup for you tonight. Many things we don't even know what the hell is going on. But let's go ahead and get into it. First, we have what we do know is what the hell is up there?
Yo,
hello.
Hey. What's up?
Hey guys.
How the hell did you get back up there?
I don't know. Production? Let's go with that.
Okay.
Oh God, you let him in.
You let him in.
Oh my God. What have you...
Come on, man. We've all seen Sinners. You know what happens when you let them in.
What next? Crawfish boil? What the hell is going on around here? Anyway.
Unseasoned crawfish boil.
Unseasoned crawfish boil.
No. That one's seasoned.
But starting off, we have a Tornado #1 contenders match, as we have known tag lover, big tag guy, the tagger himself, Drew Madsen, playing as Final Form Dick Thunderlips, versus Brian Wait For It Schmidt, playing as the Wait For It's world champion. It's got a good ring to it. World champion.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh, man, I will never get tired of hearing world champion. It's something Brock will never hear.
Former world champion. That's something that'll be even better.
The Tornado #1 contender match. I gotta go with the known tag lover, Drew Madsen. Because I played against his Final Form Dick Thunderlips deck. It's disgusting. It's gross. And Brian, Nah. I'm sorry. I can't take Brian in this against Drew. I'm going with Drew Madsen on this one.
Perfect. Rocky boy, go ahead.
Did you build your own deck this time? Give me Drew Madsen in 3. Yeah.
Oh, look at there.
Give me Drew Madsen. Give me Drew Madsen.
Elder Dan, it broke you. What are you thinking as these thoughts are running through your brain?
First off, we know how Drew got this title match. How did Schmidt get another title opportunity?
Good
That's a great question. Production, could you answer that?
Yeah.
Can they hear you? Well, tell them. They need to
Tell
know.
'em.
People want to know.
Yeah.
We'll let you
They just want
talk.
to fucking. They
Yeah.
just want to bury me. No. I won a tornado
Fine.
tag event on a Monday Night Fight.
Well, he
All
won a
right.
tornado event on Monday night. All right, cool. So that's
Okay.
how he gets the title shot. Elder Dan, thoughts?
Drew.
Does anybody
And
remember?
three,
that?
If you just said Drew, that would have been the best. Just Drew.
He won one of those
The
Hamilton
bet-
Monday nights where he goes undefeated and wins it and no one else enters.
Yeah, the best tag player of 2025, Drew Matson, has to win this.
Before we move on, I feel like Drew and Paul did not get a chance to really show off their skills as a tag team. I
agree.
think they need a
Yes.
rematch.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
oh,
wouldn't
God,
go
yeah.
that far.
I think
I
they
don't
need a
think-
rematch because Drew loves tag. He loves tag more than anything. I think we should reward him for his loyalty
He-
to the tag division.
He
Be a real
should
shame.
just give himself a Deep South tag title
He
shot.
did. He's
He-
GM. What
That's
is
the
he?
reason
No.
that man became
Um,
Deep South Tag GM is because he's like, this keeps me away from tag matches
Because
as
he
far
loves
as I can
tag so
be.
much, he wants to run it.
So, but with my pick, Final Form, Dick Thunderlips, the Wait for It's Drew. God. Are you kidding me? Like this man, 7 or more cards in his hand, 14 to an 18 is going to be the new saying at the
Yeah.
end of tonight, baby. So
It's a Papa Twist that can run poison stars. I mean, come on, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
yes, it's perverse. It's sick. It's Pride Month. What just already? What are we doing here? All right, so then we got the spiders coming up. There's been rumblings of who's moving here. This person's going here, but you'll get the official announcements tonight after the tornado match. But then that leads us into this triad match that we know basically very little about. We know
one
Tapley's gonna
person.
be there.
Yeah.
That's it. Do we even know
One
who he's
person.
playing as?
I don't
No
actually
clue.
know.
Hell no, of course we
Oh,
don't. So
who does
Doesn't-
Tapley play normally?
I don't... Okay.
so
Okay.
Thank you.
we know, but you don't know. So that's
Yeah.
fine. We'll go with that. I can
We're
take
better
that.
than you, and that
Yeah.
stuff.
Well,
We,
hell,
we
So
get
need
the
to know
inside.
basics.
Yeah.
So, looking at this, we've got basically Tapley versus the world here, I guess you could say as
Yeah.
much.
Yes.
So, world champ, you taking Tapley or you taking the field?
You know what? I'm gonna take Chris Tapley in this one, just
Ooh.
because. Listen. We could go back and forth about like, the competitors he uses. Is he good? Is he not? Is he not good? This man is lucky. Let me tell you, Chris Tapley is like probably had one of those Faustian deals that Pulverino made. All right,
Jesus
I have
Christ.
I have
Don't get me
seen-
started.
I have seen this man take just unknown competitors with a deck that like we made for him and just go like 2-0, 3-0. He got a world title shot because he picked a card out of like a payoff pack and won the whole damn thing, and probably would have been world champion if it wasn't for getting a little vile. But I'm taking Chris Tapley on this one simply because I think he's just gonna outroll everybody.
Little home cooking with little Star Maker Productions here is
Yeah.
what I'm seeing, huh?
Listen, man, you join Star Maker, you win gold. All right, it's been proven
yeah.
time and time again.
With that being said, Brock Smith, go ahead.
Brocky, let's Triad champion. Let's hear what you got.
Yeah.
Oh, that's caught me off guard there for a second there. I wasn't ready for that transition. That's funny. Chris Tapley is not winning, and I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter who wins, they're going to get fed into the endless hole of what is Matt Haas. It's not me. I'm not the problem. I'm not the issue. I just made sure I got the belt up Slade Holiday. I forgot there for a second, to be quite honest. I've been sitting on this belt. I've been trying to defend this thing, but no dice. All right. But anyone else other than Chris Tapley, if it's Chris Tapley, Matt Haas, I might just not Show up.
What happens when you get counted out in a non-count out match? I just wanna
Exactly.
know,
What
like-
exactly are you going to do to me?
I guess we'll have a singles match for the triad title.
It becomes a elimination triad, maybe?
You can have fun with Matt Hass and Chris Tapley and Steve Rest trying to figure that out on Talk of the Universe. Thank you very much.
Oh my God, Drew.
Brains are gonna melt.
Oh, this is
Oh,
fantastic.
God.
First, thank you, Jeremy, for that sub at tier 1. We appreciate that.
Thank you,
And then,
practice site.
we like to read the comments around here because I enjoy these. And other times when it's not read around here, Drew said it's been Pride Month for one day, and Brock talking about endless holes.
When was this?
Like legitimately a second
That's it.
ago.
Really?
Like,
Yeah, dude.
Just a big endless hole guy, I guess. You could say I'm one for the rabbit hole.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
God.
Elder Dan, what do you
Yeah.
have? The field or Chris Tapley?
Dan needs to recover.
I know, right? He's
Oh.
broken.
I mean, if it's truly is a part of the field, I'm gonna vote for
Oh.
myself because I
Oh.
want another shot at that triad belt,
Mm-hmm.
and it
Please.
would seem more interesting. Rocky Boy, Elder Dan, and Matt Haas. That seems like a good match.
Anyone but Chris Tapley. Seems
As
like
I
a
just-
great match.
I just see Brock putting his head through the proverbial table at that point as it just goes straight through everything.
We got the GOAT Brock Smith is the greatest USGM of all time. Someone's trying to compliment their way into this triad match.
Was
No,
that
what's
Mikey-
gonna
Mikey
happen?
Nichols?
That was
He's
like
gonna
a
compliment
first round
himself
pick.
to a first round draft pick is what he's gonna
dude.
do.
Flattery
Yeah.
is gonna get you a lot
Hit
of
the
places
ski
with
masks,
the GOAT.
Mikey. We're going in.
God.
All right, so God, what just the nonsense? I don't know.
Oh,
like
God.
I-
Now that
it doesn't
that's
matter.
not
Like
natural.
Brock wins. That's who I'm picking. Brock. Brock wins. I don't care anything else about anything else. Brock wins ultimately. Whoever wins in the field or Tapley does not matter. They're gonna lose to Brock. So give me Brock. Prognosticator extraordinaire here.
I don't know.
ladies and
Have you seen Matt Hass in last year's grand battle at Grand Gathering?
I mean, I saw him falling asleep.
Exactly. That's what he gonna do to me.
Oh my God.
I think Barbada put out the perfect match for Brocky Boy.
What's that?
Brock versus Haas versus Mikey.
Absolutely, because Mikey's
that-
going to side with
Oh,
Brock.
yeah.
I mean,
Let's go.
yeah,
Let's
that's
go,
great.
Mikey.
Yeah, dude.
You act like that's a
Until
horrible
the
thing.
ultimate heel turn of Mikey where he stabs Brock in the back.
No.
Try to reach
About
out
for
Mikey would
himself.
never.
No,
He couldn't even do
Mikey-
that to
Oh,
Casey.
Mikey
No.
He would never.
Ooh.
Never.
Uh,
He don't- oh, that's
Mikey
different.
stabbing
I
people in the
mean,
back never happens.
Never.
No, not at all.
No.
So, but anything else we got before we cut to commercial and get these fine people this first matchup that we can't wait to see?
Yeah.
The Final Four and Richard Thunderlips, baby. Yes. So for the triad, which we may have failed to mention, I don't know if we did or not. It doesn't really matter.
Probably.
But
Brock
Yeah.
wins.
you need to be in the chat. Make sure you tell all your idiot friends out there, all the sickos and haters, make sure they at least tune in during the triad match because they have the possibility of Price's Riding getting to come down and have a match against Chris Tapley and someone else
Yeah.
and get to be featured on Sunday Night Fights with yours truly, right? Like what better
dude.
what
Yeah.
better showcase could you have? Well, I can think of one on Wednesday, but I digress. All right. All right, baby. So
Yeah.
don't go anywhere. We will be right back in 2 and 2. Did you like that production?
Love it.
We're back. Oh, jeez.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sunday Night Fights, and welcome back to the burial of Brian Schmidt. It has been going on all night, on and off screen. But we got a matchup here, a number one contender match. I'm going to throw it over to Mr. CCC himself for the introductions.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
One fall.
Introducing first, he hails from Athens, Alabama. He is a known lover of tag. He is the captain of the Constellation. He is the captain of the Real Beaters. He is my tag team partner. He is the TVA commissioner, Drew Madsen.
No tag never.
Love tag so much, I'm playing tornado tag as one guy.
And I will be handing this off to the GOAT Brock Smith. Go
That's
ahead,
right,
baby.
folks. I don't do this very often. I was forced to do this. So, Brian Schmidt, here is your inductee. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 2024, the person who won 0-31. That's right, not points, lost 31 straight matches in Faction Wars 2024 when I was on his team. Somehow, the least valuable person on the Faction Wars winning team with Mike Dippy and Brock Carson on the same team still thinks he deserves Finals MVP. Ooh, please, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the most forgettable heavyweight world championship.
Wow.
Sorry, Drew, you lost to a 7.
Wow.
Brian Schmidt.
Wow. First off, get your facts straight, Brock. I didn't lose to a 7. Let's be honest about that. I lost to a 9. Anyway.
I lost to a 7.
Yeah.
He
Drew
said
lost
I
to a
lost.
7.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank
Hey.
you, Brock. That was fantastic. I knew you'd do
course.
great.
Oh, of
Absolutely.
course.
All right, gentlemen, let's see those play areas. Since you're involved in this, wait for it, production, I'll handle this part.
That's all you, Bubby. You're
Let's
my
go.
guest.
So we see the play areas. We've got the Wait For It. Brian Wait For It Schmidt is playing as. We got Final Form, Dick Thunderlips, the TVA commissioner. We have the Wait For It's are using the floats. Drew is using Crime Doesn't Pay. Let's talk about the dice rolls. VHS, Wait For It. Where did the dice count?
On the playmat.
All right. And if it's cocked, of course, you know what to do. Drew?
Must go through the chute.
Must go
Into
through the chute.
Into the tower.
Perfect. Sounds good. What spectacles will you be using, Drew?
Valiant.
Wait for it.
Varianto.
I believe we got everything taken care of. If there are any questions, please feel free to ask us, and we will probably not respond, but it'll be fine. It will be great. I'm sure the chat will have lots to say instead. So, with that being said, gentlemen, good luck. Ring the damn bell, and we'll see you all in a short.
All right, Schmidt.
All right,
It's been Pride Month for one day, and you're already trolling the internet for some Final Form dick. In front of your wife, no less. And I don't mean swim files. I mean balls.
No comment on that. All right. Agility strike power? No, agility strike.
Grapple without gimmick, power with.
Okay.
You know what my favorite part about commentating when Schmidt is playing for something
Cut down the middle.
What's that?
Yeah, sure. I'll
is
do
that
that.
I am right in his eardrum while he's playing 24/7, and there's nothing to do about
There's
it.
nothing he can do.
All right, brother.
All right, boss.
It's just a real shame,
Wow.
isn't it?
Let's dance, Bubby.
Damn
It's just a real shame.
14.
Predictions alive. Get those in, folks.
20.
Yeah.
There it
Oh,
is.
start off with
34,000
Yay,
live.
lead grapple. Call the crowd.
Oh, call
Yeah,
to him.
sure.
All right. 16.
That's a 10.
Would you like
Uh-oh.
to?
Oh, yeah. We'll
He
ruckus.
could floats.
Floats.
All right.
All right,
Hey.
he's ruckusing.
Bad
Where's that a
decision,
good
Schmidt.
man?
Terrible decision.
14?
Horrible.
This early?
14 bump.
Oh.
Gimmicks not.
Hey.
You got to degrade him. Make him feel small. That's how he loses these
16.
matches.
16.
16 bump.
Oh,
Bump again.
bumps are good. I like bumps.
Bump it up.
Same. I'm almost a gimmick.
14.
That'd be a real shame, wouldn't it? Smith?
14.
Uh-oh.
18.
I am at gimmick at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So we're at 14 to an 18, a power.
I
now,
will
until
play
Drew
follow
plays a card.
strike, skull busting, swing. Cannot be stopped by derailed.
Good. No dickhead derailed
Yo.
around here.
Did you see him? Brian
Yeah.
had the card and then immediately put it
All right,
back.
good.
I see. I
Gimmick
cannot
is
be stopped by
off.
derailed. He
Doesn't
put
play
it.
the card.
12.
14.
Uh-oh.
Schmidt, put 3 fingers down if you have
Finish
derailed.
grapple one and play time skip taijutsu.
Finish grapple.
Oh.
It's good.
All
Schmidt,
right.
that's 5.
I assume by
Oh,
that
snap.
extra
Yeah, it's
hand
good, it's
motion
good.
that it's good.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
good.
I
It's
draw
good.
1 card for each card you haven't played.
What'd I
max
say?
at
I said
4,
Drew and
so
3,
I have no
baby.
cards. Yeah.
There's no
Give
cards in
me
play.
on.
Drew and 3.
Plus
don't
4 to the
think-
12,
this
plus
doesn't-
2 to the 8.
Yeah.
That's not
This doesn't-
bad.
16.
18? No, 16. Yeah.
10.
Oh, yeah.
1.
Uh-oh.
20. Get off me.
Hey.
20.
Crowd meter
Crowd
1.
meter.
Ooh.
We wanted an early night.
12.
We're close.
18.
Oh.
Yep.
Did you
Schmidt
want
and 3 would have been fine.
The best.
I'll save it. No, we're good.
He's going to save the float. Will it come back to Bernie? I would have used
Let's
it.
see.
I would have also
These are
used
the
Strike,
rules.
it.
brawling, and punching can't be
Yeah, I
stopped.
What an
would've
idiot
done it
move.
Good, Bubba.
Cannot be stopped by follow-ups. Sobralian punching hits.
20.
Woo, come back.
20.
I didn't go through the thing. 16, you got it.
Schmidt with a turn.
Wow.
Let's start off with a lead submission. Cosmic Revolution. We'll just trigger gimmick.
Impact drop.
Ooh.
Absolutely not. He said.
Well,
10.
Ooh.
10. Ooh, the gentleman's win for Brian Schmidt.
Wow.
That's 2 turns in a row. And
Let's go.
Pass it there.
Grapple of Sky High Throw.
Oh.
Text, but we'll trigger gimmick.
It's good.
All right. With the top 3.
There are the other
Ah.
two plus 1
There are the
to
other
the
2
turn roll.
plus.
folks,
Ah,
get those predictions in. Bet some points. Win
Yeah.
some points.
Oh, that's not a dead giveaway.
Yeah, right. There you go. That's my gimmick.
Yeah.
81% in favor of Drew.
17.
Who's the
17?
sucker that voted on?
18.
Oh, I know who the sucker who voted on Schmidt was.
I'd
You're
cover all
world
my bases.
champion.
I had to cover all my bases, man, just in case of the upset. All right.
Someone's trying to get a big
Follow
payout
sub,
here.
cat scratch,
Yeah.
no subs.
I'm trying to.
Sure.
Cat scratch is good.
20.
Let's scratch. 20.
20. 16.
16.
Not a
Brian
20.
Schmidt turn.
Ooh, baby. Deep thoughts with Brian Wakefield Schmidt.
Schmidt, you'll never be as good as Pulverino.
Yo, how many cards you got in hand, Drew?
I have 8 American cards.
2.
Yeah, it's
I couldn't keep it together for that one.
Together, both of you.
I couldn't keep it together.
That's very Cosmic
Oh, this
Revolution.
is fantastic.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, but
he's
this is
gonna
a
be so
professional show.
mad. Gonna
20.
be so mad.
20.
20.
10.
Oh, it gets worse.
10. Does Drew have a finish?
Let's see that finish sub.
Or
Show
the
it to
finish
me.
strike?
No,
Yeah, he went through the finish
sub.
strike.
No.
I know. Brian
Follow
hasn't
grapple
rolled.
choke slam when in play.
Oh, to
Cosmic
shuffle the
Collection.
grapple back in.
Hey.
Hey.
Revealing. Strike finish. Cool.
Ultra cop.
Yeah, the drill that will pierce the heavens.
Ultra Cosmic Death Mooch.
Just
And then
believe in
gimmick.
me that believes in you.
Sure.
Love Gurren Lagann.
Real.
Plus
Good
That'll
show.
pierce the heaven. That's not bad.
13.
13.
13. I ain't got one of those.
Through the chute, Drew.
Well, it worked though.
Oh, wow.
They did.
Oh, it worked. Does Brian throw
Like
the
that.
follow up? He revealed
I mean,
24. But is he going to throw it, though?
I mean, he's got to play something.
Well, because it would trigger the gimmick again, because it's a
Right.
cosmic.
Correct.
Trying to do a little bit of analysis here, unlike Brock, who's just
Absolutely.
burying everybody.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're
Schmidt
right.
could use it right now.
24. Follow
Advise
He does,
from
he
the
does
Cosmic Death
24.
Mooch.
Advise from the sidelines from the prize.
No other side. No other side.
No spec needed.
I will make it rain.
Sure.
Make it rain, though.
I'll show you
Whoa.
lightning fast goozle.
That's a
Not
26.
headlock.
That's
Alright.
26.
Okay.
You just
10.
Whoa.
Oh, that's a 10 though.
bump.
Bump on 10.
Oh wow.
I will owe you one.
Oof.
Discarding.
That's tough. Bumping on 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Discarding Ultra
I'm
Concentration.
at 10.
Okay.
All right, through the chute we go.
20.
20.
14. Tech.
14.
Okay.
Does
So we know
Drew
he's
throw the
got the
finish
strike.
strike?
Once
Yeah, but does he
Brian
throw it though?
Schmidt,
Because Brian does have an active 15 though.
I'll
'Ause he's a
discard
absolutely.
the lightning fast Goozle.
Goozle.
Boozle.
Goozle.
The Goozle.
The Goose.
I would derail.
I'll play the finish strike with a strike and play.
there you
Cosmic
go.
kicking the ropes.
Oh,
go.
Kicking the rope.
Yep.
Derail
So we'll
and let it
each
ride.
randomly discard one card from our hand,
Okay.
and then I get go.
that's actually
1,
pretty good
2,
tech
3,
against
4, 5,
Dr.
6,
Dick.
7.
Not
8.
Dr. Dick.
I got
Final
9,
Form.
Bubba.
3.
Go 3 for me too.
No, you
Because
pick
that
number
could
2,
potentially
Drew.
turn off Gimmick
Billy
if
Cheeseburger.
Drew's hand was
Lumbar
low
breaker.
enough.
Gimmick.
It's not bad to lose
Okay,
at this
stop the
point
spotlights
since
up.
he's
Yep.
got the follow up in play. So it's not the
Yeah.
worst that he sniped.
It's been all Drew mostly, but I mean, like Brian's fighting back a little bit. He's getting the gimmick triggers, and now he has a
Derailed.
follow up in play. Yeah, we just need one derail to just ruin this. Honestly,
Yeah,
Plus 1.
yeah, that's what we
Nice.
need. That's what we need.
All right.
You throw the derail, then
Worked
it's
once.
just like, oh, there go my
Did
hand
work.
will stop.
12.
21.
12.
Well, that'll do it.
Offensive
Blackjack,
derail. He
baby.
doesn't have the number
8, 9,
3.
10.
Three.
Let's go. Leyline
If
Stretch.
you haven't watched it in a while,
Finish.
Garen
Oh,
Lagan
that's
is
up.
amazing.
Finish
Seal.
up.
Okay.
So
I
you
kinda-
Those knees of the Muay Thai.
I
Because he's got
actually
one
kinda
more
like
left.
that, because the 26
Yeah.
and the 20 are now in play. Drew
Correct.
only
14.
has
12.
See?
Drew only has the 14,
The 14,
left
yeah.
for stops.
11.
It's not,
I mean,
I
that's
really
not-
tried.
I mean, but like if I was Schmidt, I would be throwing 100-meter freestyle
Derailed.
stomps.
No, you derailed.
Discarding.
Shut up with your derailed love.
I feel like if I
Oh, the
keep saying
crowd.
it, he's gonna throw it and then throw the
It's
match.
over.
That's what I'm
Finish
trying to
strike.
get at here.
Oh
It's
no, he's throwing
over.
the
American
film.
Dragon
He
Ball.
has his own.
Showing you.
He's
Cosmic
playing the
Clutch.
wait for a finish.
Power
He's not
breaker.
playing. Oh well, yeah, no, that makes sense, especially with the
Yeah.
Uh-oh,
with
10.
the crime doesn't
16.
pay.
Oh,
it would be
no.
a blank.
correct.
All right, I did not.
The dice is
think about
going
that.
into jail.
Let's go. Meets up Cosmic Clutch. If stop, go 2.
Cosmic Clutch.
If not,
Not bad.
I mean, I'll just let you gimmick, bro.
alright.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
Let him have it.
Like, why would I waste a stop on that? I'll just let you gimmick, because either way, you're getting cards into your hand.
And
Plus
you
one
just get a
next time.
+1 to your down.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the worst.
19.
19.
Ooh.
10.
Can they tag up?
10.
Drew's dice have gone ice cold.
I
He
think
needs
Brian-
an adjustment.
9, 10, 11.
Yeah, and Brian still has one more floats left.
Snap headlock.
He does. Called 188 back shot.
Yeah,
that
Drew's
adjusted?
dice have gone
Let's
absolutely.
try a Mudhole Stomp. Follow up strike.
What does that do?
During your
Really?
turn rolls, your agility is -1.
My agility is -1.
Ooh,
Yep.
giving him a 19
Okay.
instead of a 20.
And
That 13.
during your turn or my turn?
Your opponent's agility is -1 during their turn and turn rolls.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So it just gives me a 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
But that doesn't really hurt his poison stars.
Why?
12.
12.
18.
Yeet.
We're back.
There you go.
We're back, baby.
My
Let's
man
see.
buries himself. Quality entertainment. We're back.
Lead strike overrun. Draw 2.
Yeah, Piglet Tech.
Classic.
Oh.
Bro, those old ass.
Yeah, why
ones.
not? That's fine.
Shout out to Piglet, by the way. So happy you're back posting.
Of course.
The Underhouse
Love-
baby.
Love the
That's
hoss.
Oh, that's a 10.
19, rather.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finish up. Show it to me, baby.
Let's see.
Let's
I
see
think
it.
I have to discard.
Start
one.
hammering it home. Stop playing with these games with this man.
Get a lot of Brian love from the crowd.
Which is
Right
so
now.
wild. Like,
Those are
what-
Brian
what is-
Schmidt
I'm
burner
just
We're in
accounts.
Bizarro
actually.
world.
Those are the bots.
Those are the burner. Yeah, those are the
bots.
burners. I mean, he does run the Twitch channel, so I wouldn't be surprised.
No, sorry, we got I can't
Apocalypse.
say that on stream because we'll get.
I'll
I'll
play
get
follow-up
fined.
submission divergence.
See, now those are the real people right there.
Those
Sidewinder,
are-
Wonderplex.
Those are not
Beach
burners.
Berry
Those are the
Yeah.
What was that you
Okay,
just played?
what would you like to bury?
Sidewinder.
What do you got
To
there?
bury
That's
one.
Hell yeah.
trash.
That's trash.
Yeah.
The lightning fast Goozle, I suppose.
Yeah,
My
Goozle.
grandfather's deck has no
yeah.
pathetic cards.
Snap Headlock, Finish Strike, Call the
What I play
Crowd,
now?
Sub Finish,
I don't
Lumbar
have any
Breaker,
trash cards.
and my
Yeah, I don't got any
23,
trash cards, man.
You can bury the lumbar breaker.
Sure.
We
But
went
we
we went
can't
over
say-
it on stat cards. My deck didn't have any trash cards.
See? I'm glad you watch the product unlike somebody else. That's just like they're not impressed by
Well-
that card.
Hey.
I love stat cards. I think
Oh,
Drew
right.
Jesus.
and Brian just dropped a whole bunch of cards on his table. No,
Get
I
the
love
rest
stat
in here.
cards. I think Drew and Trey
about
are
that.
two of the brightest minds in the game.
No, you're
and give
good.
Solid
Ah.
My dog
deck
just
builds.
knocked over my coffee. We're all
That's the
going
thing.
through it.
We'll
Like-
go
Right.
lead strike of Muay
Thank
Thai.
you, Ed.
Muay
Those,
Thai is good.
Appreciate
Yo,
those.
shout out
two.
to Evil Ed. Evil Ed should get a triad shot.
10. Barely hit it. Grapple 10.
Just a second.
Yeah, fine.
I was about to say, we're having
A
technical
4-month-old
difficulties
puppy
here.
is
Poppers.
very entertaining. Don't let anybody
Yeah.
tell you different.
It's true. The
Show us
pup
Hood. Put Hood on the stream.
loves.
I rolled the 10. No.
I-
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was about to
Big
Or
say,
Hood
just
fan.
reminding the crowd of how.
I think
well
if
you're
Evil
rolling.
Ed gifts
I
like
got an 18.
gives
Yep.
like 3 more subs, we should give him a triad shot.
If Evil Ed gives me $300, I'll give him a triad shot.
now we're talking.
Follow up
Alright.
grapple blindside.
I mean,
backbreaker.
fair.
Hey, there's a new
Grapples in
card.
play.
What does that do?
It's a promo
Well,
card.
my power is
Mhm.
greater than your grapple, so I
Oh,
would shuffle 2 and draw 3.
GGV2.
You love
Yeah,
it.
it's fine.
Checking out those new ones.
I will shuffle,
Shuffle
in
3, draw 2.
Billy Cheese Grater
Yep.
Yep.
That's 6 back.
and the
Yep.
finish grapple, I think.
He thinks.
Yeah.
I mean, seems good. It's most protected for him. I mean,
Yeah.
but so is sub. Like that's the crazy thing is like his sub is protected as well with his gimmick going on. So like, just don't throw strikes
Good.
and you win, right? World champ.
Draw 3.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Well,
12, you
How do-
said.
Yes,
Discard.
How do I know?
Snap
Yeah.
punch.
Yeet.
Yeah, it's like, what does Rambo know? He's only been a multiple time
Hurricane
champion and
clothesline.
also made top
Budokan
cut of almost everything that
clothesline.
there is.
12, we bump.
Oh, big
Well, bump it up.
This is facts.
I will
Discard.
discard.
I'm hoping Brian doesn't forget that he still has a floats if it becomes relevant.
Why would you remind him?
Sure.
Why would you remind him? He listens to
Discard
the
Cosmic
stream.
Revolution.
Yes, I understand that he listens to the
discard
stream,
Bones of
but
I think you want him to win because you put
18?
bits on him.
I put
Build
2,000. That's
16.
barely anything. 2,000 is like a here. All right,
You can get a
Some,
hell
like,
of a return though.
NBA, NFL, ref investigation
It would
stuff.
be
we
one
can
hell
get
of a
right
return.
now.
There's a lot.
10K. Oh snap!
Yeah,
There we
sure,
go.
Billy Cheese Grater.
Billy Cheese.
Yeah.
I'll show you rabbit out of
Delicious.
Grapple finish.
Hey,
Hey.
Hey.
Hey,
16.
19.
19.
Ooh.
Oh.
Discard
Ready.
the Goozle.
A Goozle.
Stop any's that I can see.
let Uber
for
star in the
finishes
chat.
on.
You for which one?
For, stop any's for or stops for finishes.
You see my 15.
Just your 15.
Just my 15.
Okay,
Which means
I thought
he
I had a
has-
C1 stop one.
No.
Discard.
No.
Okay.
I did. Only thing I discarded.
Rambo, I
was-
thought we weren't
Snap
playing
Headlock.
strikes on swim for it.
I
Wait
mean,
for it.
that's not what I
Let's
do,
see.
but
I'll do the
You
time
know.
skip taijutsu with grapples in play.
there you go.
Oh,
All right.
skip
Cosmic
taijutsu.
uppercut. And we
So
bury,
there's one.
so we'll bury a
Hey.
card in each of our discard pile.
Is that what it does? I thought it added the
Each,
Yeah.
bottom.
no, or each player. Sorry, or each player.
Yeah,
plays
it's an
one card.
or card.
So I get gimmick.
Chris
Yeah, you
Pate's
do.
favorite word, or.
Grab that.
You hear him? I broke him.
Plus,
Yeah.
plus one.
Yeah.
You know you can
15.
hear us, Brad.
Woo.
Woo.
Ooh.
18.
18's better. All right. So, what are you thinking? Go. Well, what route we go here? Hammer the grapples.
I will pass.
I would hammer.
Time skip.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
There we go. Hammer the grapples.
16.
You got it.
The grapple is the way to go. Brian only has
discarding-
one more stop
I agree.
for it.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Discarding
He
hand
only has the
size. The
So it looks like Brian still has.
I draw and you don't. Thank you, Jeremy.
I'll discard Cosmic Suplex and I'll play Elite Grapple Tandem Takedown.
I feel like that's his second favorite
For
word.
us each to flip.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think his favorite word is 10.
His favorite
I'll
phrase
just
is, what does that do?
Dragon Gate Crush.
Oh, there we go.
take my
Take the card
dash.
instead.
Okay.
Lumbar Breaker.
Okay.
16.
Big roll.
18.
18.
Finish round.
Finish grapple. We'll get
one
a boss
stop one?
beats.
Boss beats. All
We've
right,
already
that's the
got that
last
one out
one.
there. Yeah. I couldn't remember if he
18.
had the 25 or the C1 stop one.
18. I got
18.
2 of those and an 18.
Shot the green.
Two of those,
18.
19.
Put it in the hole.
19.
Last
I'll
one.
pass and bury the-
And he
Nope.
floats.
Floats.
Oh, okay.
Last
He's
one.
going to float.
All right.
Big float.
Good play,
Big
Smith.
floats right there. Buys him a
Good
Okay.
play.
12.
Shit.
Oh.
until he rolls
Oh.
his
That's a
head.
shame. I'll pass bury the time skip taijutsu.
Damn.
Yeah.
shame.
Cards
Come
in
on,
hand.
Brian.
And a
20.
Oh, it's a
Well,
20.
Oh, that's a good
I don't have
roll.
one of
He's
those,
wins.
He
'cause
can't.
somebody's
Yeah.
a jerk.
I am a
I was
jerk.
about to
Jerk.
say, he doesn't have a 20 anymore. He only has a 19, so.
Discarding
Facts, Jeremy. Facts. Touch and take
Lumbar
turn.
Breaker. Stops for grapples. What can I say?
Dragon Gate Crash. I'll check for others.
Can you make this
But for
easier on
finishes,
Schmidt and
that's what
just
you
tell him
see.
what to
Snap
throw?
Punch and Apocalypse in the discard pile.
So your 25 is not showing.
No.
Neither is the 14. So.
Womp womp.
If I'm Brian, I'm passing and burying the sub, making him use the 14, and then I'm just hoping that I win the next couple turn rolls. I know he can hear me, but
If I'm Brian Schmidt, I'm scooping and I'm getting ready for the spider announcement.
No, you're playing derailed. You know what the hell you're doing.
No, you played derail.
I was trying
We
to
could
throw him
just-
off this game
or we
there.
could throw it off. Impact drop is in, I believe, the discard pile, or it's
Sub
in
stop.
play.
What can I say?
Sub stop so you
hell.
can see
What?
Oh,
There we go.
make it rain and sealed away.
See what you
Which
did.
means he only has the 14. Which means he only has the 14 left, and that's
The
in his
14 's
hand.
Somebody's
not
gonna be
showing,
so
right?
mad.
No, sir. I showed it to you earlier in the match, but I'm not going to help you.
I know. I know.
We got a 3-question
Brian,
rule going.
Evil,
for
we'll
shout out.
just go for it.
Scoop.
Dude,
I think this is the way to go.
You're
Sub.
just in his ear, like.
That's fair.
oh, there it goes. There's the sub.
All right,
It's,
all right.
it's too much power, dude.
Brian needs to win like 3 turn rolls.
18.
Drew just needs to win 1. Well, that's an 18.
Nope.
It's not bad.
Finish
Nope.
grab.
All right.
I mean, it's only crown meter 1.
Yeah, roll it.
Crown meter, ooh.
Crown your own.
He'll
It's
be-
only,
Grab
it's
meter
only
1.
grab
I'll
meter.
shuffle 2 after the roll.
He'll
Yeah.
be fine. What's the worst that can happen?
20 because of the
Yeah.
soul stumps.
oh, it's a -1, so
One.
What
he
a
needs
how
he needs
perverse.
sub 1.
Oh,
2.
What's the worst that can
He needs
happen?
Yeah.
3.
Great game.
There it
Great game,
is.
brother. Yep. Fuck you, Brock. Fuck everybody else who didn't. I'm joking.
Hey,
I'm joking.
Hey,
I'm joking.
I was doing good.
I
I
know,
didn't curse
I know,
once.
I know.
I didn't curse once.
Here
It's not.
is your winner and new
Go ahead.
number 1
Drew,
contender
get one in. Go ahead.
for the Tornado Championship. It is
No.
the TVA Commissioner, Drew Madsen.
Hey,
My
That's
dick is supreme.
Yeah.
I was very determined not to curse tonight. This is a printed name in the game. I will not be held responsible for Steve Resk's actions. I am not cursing tonight, not just because it's wrong and immoral, but because I am currently being under threat by being boiled like a Mississippi mud bug in unseasoned water.
Just to prove a point, when you threw that 16, it was in hand.
I know.
We knew it.
But
We
yeah.
saw, we saw your hand go forward.
You
the hell?
faked it.
Music
You
that can't be stopped by
faked it.
derailment.
Yeah, I was about. Yeah, it was like I'm not a dumbass. That's how you beat a pump into his gimmick.
Yeah.
Just derail it to death.
Good game, Drew. Very good game.
Good game, man.
That's
Good
very
game,
Good
both
game.
of you. But
Are we
Rambo,
ready?
Yeah, Rambo, take us out.
All right. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you tell your friends. Spider's
Spider.
coming up, baby.
And
Don't
I'm
go
pick- And we're
anywhere.
picking during the spider meeting, so be there.
Oh, we're picking during the spider
Oh,
meeting?
After the
sick.
spider
snap.
meeting, we'll pick.
All
Okay.
right, sweet.
Cool.
All
So I
right.
can go to sleep.
Yes.
Bye, man.
Fine.
Markets. Are we live?
Yeah.
Yeah, live, baby. Let's go. Welcome back. So now we have reached the portion that many of you are here to see, the Spider update. And without further ado, let me turn it over to Bob the Brain Dunn.
Thank you, Rambo. Appreciate it. Good to see
Of
our
course.
world champion in the house tonight, Mr. Davner.
Thank you.
Thank you
Nice
to
to see you
everybody
as well.
else for being here. Brian Lee and the TVA commissioner representing the Spider Committee. We don't have the GM this month. Obviously, a little distracted, fairly
yeah.
busy. Fairly
Just a
busy
wee
life
bit.
events.
Makes sense.
But we're going with the update anyway. So as promised, here we are, beginning of June. In terms of things that happened this quarter, we've got a lot of movement, a lot of big numbers here, mostly coming from Virtual Grand Gathering, of course, last weekend. Faction Wars final results have been factored in to these into these standings. We have the Cookies Fortune top 4 results factored into these standings, along with 3 months very full of play and other activity. We're going to defer the overview until the end because there are a few major changes to the point scoring that will be coming. So we're going to jump right into the world's promotion update. After we talk about the new divisions for characters. So
Holy
the
shit.
Undersecretary of Division Assignment, Danny Thunder, has assigned out all of the new characters that we're aware of that have been released since last update. There have not been as many this time. It was a fairly quiet quarter. 12 Grap Matt, 64-bit Casey, Brutus Bison, Colby Cram, the Defector, Fade Dragon, and Hot Rod were all newly released competitors, either in Grand Packs or available to buy. The only other addition here was an oversight that we missed. Slash Gordon, available competitor, not recently released, but has been played. And if someone has been played, they have to be listed. So we've added Slash Gordon as well and assigned him out to a division. The other changes that we're going to talk about tonight, again, will not be reflected on the main spreadsheet. Emphasizing was there from last update practice site, I believe. If not, we will catch that
He's
immediately
got to be
afterwards.
intergalactic, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a Pokemon, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mega Weezing
yeah.
got to be intergalactic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Certainly
no,
I hope.
with 3 E's. You know, Nintendo can't be coming for us.
I hope the living virus is in fact intergalactic and we don't relive 2020.
Oh, big oof.
Round 2, baby.
Oh,
Woo!
All right, moving on.
Yes, moving along. Okay, so we've hit a pretty steady pattern in terms of Worlds promotions. So we had 2 Worlds promotions last quarter. We have 2 Worlds promotions this quarter. As a reminder, it is harder to move up to Worlds from anywhere but Underworld. It is easier to move from Underworld to Worlds. So when I tell you that the 2 that are moving are 1 and 1, that means that Theo the Greek Neo, the Grand Pack 2024 version that Wiki Riot basically hammered through and proved that having Sammy the Draw's gimmick plus a draw 3 in 7, 8, and 9 works really well.
And a circle.
And a circle.
Spectacle.
Yeah, it's a really good combo.
Yeah.
So as it turns out, congratulations, Chris Pate, promoting Theo the Greek Neo directly from US up to the Worlds division. The other promotion is Cyclone. So old school Cyclone is already in Worlds. That promotion was handled earlier. This is now original Cyclone. Trey showed us the power of this consistently throughout the quarter, and then of course won I would say the largest CAC in a long time, winning it online during Virtual Grand Gathering. So with those points, that puts the original Cyclone also into Worlds. Now, if you're wondering, that means that both Cyclones take up 2 spots. Each Cyclone takes up a spot. So there will be 2 listed Cyclones in Worlds now. they can move up or down independently. They will remain as two separate entries in the World's Division. The demotions here were pretty heavily debated. I would say, were two schools of who we wanted to drop. Brian or Drew, certainly you can expand on that if you want to.
Yeah, so with what GM Calais has been doing with the Worlds Division, which is his right, he runs everything, controls us like puppets most of the time. He has taken upon himself to make what we call like card fade promotions for a while, which now he's not doing as much. He's kind of setting them to the side. But there were people who were in Worlds only because of world title shots and not from any like results. So two of those are former world heavyweight champion Runtime Terror, who then attempted to hit the Grump with a DQ card and failed because he stopped it. And so both of them will be moving down to Underworld because Grump was only lifted because of the title shot, not from results as well.
Sure.
Yeah. And the same thing would have happened here with Kenny Omega if Matt Nealon had won the world title.
Yes.
So if Kenny Omega had won the world title, it would have been a forced promotion. Even though the points had not been previously earned, he would have been forced into the World's Division. That would have forced us to demote a third. But since that Matt Nealon did not win the title, that Kenny Omega stays in Underworld, which is where he was promoted to for owning the points. The other school of thoughts here, just to make it clear, and you'll see more about this on the next two slides. The other school of thought here was that we should demote the oldest world competitors who didn't have any points. Obviously, any world competitor who had any points earned was not eligible to demote. But the alternative thinking here was, should we be demoting people who simply have not been played at all? And I think that probably starting next quarter, that's going to be more of what you see. Anybody who just hasn't been played and hasn't been played since they were moved into Worlds is likely to be the next one off this list.
Right, because there are people that have like there are Worlds competitors that weren't even drafted for the Super Show Cup, right? And then we decided. I believe Grump and I said at like near around the same time. It was like, let's clear the card fade competitors first, and then like go strictly to the results thing, because with those card fade competitors cleared and Calais now putting title shot holders to the side instead of automatically up into it, it just makes it a lot smoother. So we can just go strictly to results.
Any other comments on Worlds? Any questions on Worlds?
Nothing from the chat. I think we're good if y'all are good.
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Pretty simple.
Let's talk about Underworld.
Boy.
A lot of movement. So our current Underworld constraints means that there was a points tier that you had to reach in order to promote a competitor to Underworld. Well, whether anybody knew it or not, there are bonus points awarded for competitions during conventions, and Virtual Grand Gathering counts as a convention. So you may be surprised to see some competitors that moved up because they did well in events during Virtual Grand Gathering. That is intentional reward. So, when you do well during a convention, you will get bonus points. When you do well during a Create a Competitor, you will get bonus points. And though because we consider those to be the most competitive form of Super Show. So who's moving up? The GOAT Brock Smith.
Ooh. Hey.
Hey.
I don't deserve that.
face.
I don't know.
I guarantee you have the points, buddy.
Oh.
Stop winning.
OG GOAT.
Stop winning.
Yeah,
Good job, Ray.
top four of a CAC will do you heavy.
Top four will go a long way on a convention CAC. EC3 original, thanks to Harvey Luster's excellent performance Thursday night.
Undefeated.
Yeah, Eva Firecat. We'll talk a little bit more about that, but Eva Firecat getting a good bit of play from our previous world champion, Fotista, on this list thanks to an excellent performance during Faction Wars. Flame Fighter. It didn't require a very large event during Virtual Grand Gathering.
Top 4 CAC, man.
Top 4 in a CAC, and prove that you got what it takes there. Flame Fighter putting up easily his best performance.
It's a beautiful thing. I'm so happy.
Watch the product
2.0.
Legit glad to see his growth. Seriously.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's great.
Excellent work out of Flame Fighter. General Lee Wong, this is carryover from the CAC win in Ohio for General Lee Wong. Congratulations to him taking the Grand Pack version up top. Hamish Macbeth. I've heard it hammered several times that Hamish Macbeth is good, so we're going to find out.
Yeah.
He's promoted back to Underworld on the Faction Wars performance.
The Canadian froze out Trey, and he's still mad. Hopefully, he doesn't freeze out his opponent in the underworld.
The Italian Bombata. Taking his own character up. Again, a combination of non-event wins. Non-convention event wins and a good performance at the convention. Jokerfish, the follow-up Stops Jokerfish version from Faction Wars. Rainbow Girl Roll 2. How about that?
Not follow-up Jokerfish. That was from King Pink at a CAC.
I'm sorry, that was from King Pink.
in the
That was from
finals
King
of
Pink's
Pixel-
second place.
Pixel Pandemonium.
My fault.
Yeah.
My
I was going
fault.
to say.
Jokerfish has one lower down.
Correct.
Sorry about that. Rainbow Girl. Our own Rainbow Apocalypse doing a lot of work with Rainbow Girl plus 2 these days. Nicely done.
Let's go.
Sergeant Yoga, thanks to the Boston Faction Wars.
Boo. Hiss.
Hurricane Helms, again, that is Faction Wars. That was Jokerfish.
That guy stinks. Waxed him, man.
Spencer Vance.
That guy rules.
A lot of work.
God,
Awesome.
Thank God.
In one of the biggest troll promotions of all time, Bob smiling his focus off when he saw me win a pop-up at Virtual Grand Gathering.
Drew was so happy until he learned that there were bonus points for winning events at Virtual Grand Gathering.
Yeah, a biggest troll move. The only person more mad than me is the Italian Bombata. We'll get to that later.
Tartan Terror being piloted by a couple of different pilots, and we'll talk about that more here in a minute.
Love it.
Making the way up to the Underworld division, and of course the winning ticket, newly released. John Polverino, Johnny Eldis, Johnny Eldorado, both proving that the winning ticket, a 50-50 draw, is a pretty good opportunity.
Yeah.
So that's our list. 15 promoted. 2 were demoted, so that's 17. But then one of those who was promoted to Worlds came from Underworld. So grand total, we needed to clear 16 spots.
Ooh.
That's a lot.
Tough.
That's a lot of spots.
Yeah,
But
that's
if I may, that's a good thing though, because it's showing that people are playing different things, right?
Correct.
That's really
Getting
kind of
movement.
what we want here.
Means we're getting movement, and we're gonna do more of that. So I'll talk about that
Awesome.
at the end.
Correct.
Very good.
More opportunities for a bunch of people. That's always a good thing.
Yes,
That's good.
opportunities are what matter, right? So, who was demoted? Well, the first 6 highlighted here in yellow were easy. Nobody has earned a point with those 6 competitors since the beginning of Spider, which means that they were ranked Underworld at the beginning of Spider, and nobody has done well enough to earn a single point in the last year. We've been doing Spider for over a year now. That was a unanimous. Everybody agreed on those 6. The others that are highlighted in purple were all previously promoted and had a title opportunity and failed to win the Underworld Championship. So Amber Nova, Kota Ibushi, Slime Girl, V. Phil Birch, Turtle, Candice LeRae, The Wreck, Uncle Awesome, and Beyond the Norseman. They all got their shot. When their shot fails, they move back down. And again, that was only possible if they also didn't earn any points in the quarter. And that really just left us with one person who was coming from outside that group, and it was voted on that we would drop Leader of the Postal Nation. Very similar gimmick to Hurricane. So Hurricane moving up, Postal Nation moving out. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. It might just be a replacement for people, but it is someone who didn't get any points in this quarter.
Sure.
So thoughts on this demotions list? I will tell you that the bottom 4 were controversial.
Can you talk a little bit more about that in depth?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Go ahead, baby.
So, like Bob said, it was 16. The issue is there are 6 spiders, so votes are even and or depending on how they swing 2, 4, 5, 1, whatever. Not everyone thinks the same, right? We've all learned this. Everyone has their own styles. So when we were voting on the purple names and the green names, let's just say if you were a fly in our chat room, you would have seen wars going across. There are people arguing about this and that, and eventually it's gonna, simmer down. But boss is a fly in the wall. Like he's just there to, give us like heads ups on, oh, these are the print runs, blah blah blah. So we have an idea for future releases. But to see
The loudest fly ever.
Yeah.
To see the opinions on the purple and the green, and to say that the spiders don't care or whatnot is absolutely lies. We are in there like. Probably it was a couple hours that one day. So I'm not gonna I'll say it. I submitted my list and then we had some some people popping up on my names. And I was like, this is my thought. Then we had an argument here. I counter argued, counter argued, and then another spider chimed in. So I had to counter argue. And then Drew's like, oh, this is a good point. And then I had to rescind or then apologize. So it's a lot of we are very
I listen, without Piglet nearby, he had to find another large white to help him with his memory.
Bro, I am blind.
And I was the surrogate memory for him.
Bro, I am blind. But there are, like I said, everyone plays the game differently. Sure, you can play like Chris Pate, you can play like Paul Reno, you can play like Brain. There's all different styles that work, but that's works with our opinions on competitors. Some people don't view. I'm just gonna look at the first name, Bjorn. Some people think Bjorn's good. Some people think Bjorn is bad. So we have to argue, debate, and so the purple names really, really took a good chunk of my day that one random day.
Yeah. Not a soul voted for Mimic. I would like to point, and I find that
Drew
hilarious.
put the God of Fear in me in Mimic, so get over it, dog. Get over it.
Yeah,
I'll be one to tell you,
so
Mimic get coming down for a while.
And leader of the Black Sheep should have qualified for not winning the title and being demoted because I can't give myself an Underworld title shot. But since they didn't demote him, I immediately won an event with them, and now I'm taking him up to Worlds. So screw you guys.
You want a CAC with him, and you just won an event.
I waited a whole quarter in between.
You can't keep being like my competitors stink and then winning CACs with them, Bob.
Yeah.
At least you can win with your competitors. Chuck won with mine.
Yeah.
I do want to address 2 things that are in the chat. Number 1, Spider is not designed to counter power creep. Period. That is not its design. Spider is designed to ensure that the competitors who are played most often and successfully will be qualified in that top 96, and that therefore there is an opportunity for them to have title shots in those top divisions and a way for tournament organizers to keep them out of events. Almost everything at Southern Fried is top 96 booked.
Sure.
Right. And the second question that was brought up, which I think is important, is what about title runs? As of this past quarter, there were no points awarded for title defenses or title wins. Stay tuned. Stand by.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
That is changing. But that is going to be a part of why you probably see some difference here. I expect that in future quarters, it will be harder to demote people, and we may be forced to demote really good competitors if they aren't played.
Get your snake pits ready, boys.
Not your snake pit. I will still never vote for snake pit or superhuman. That's Steve's fault because he didn't give them separate names.
It's fair.
Okay, fine. Get your AJs ready.
$900.
All right. So, what do we always talk about with Underworld? Well, I can't speak to Worlds. That's General Manager Kalisa's division. He will talk about Worlds, but I can talk about Underworld. Previous quarters, we had Underworld #1 contender matches. They were difficult to schedule, but they were really important to me in terms of getting Underworld contenders. We will have two of the people who qualified in the last quarter uh, competing at Southern Fried. And so I will just announce it now that Simple Chuck, with his Night Terror win, congratulations to him, will have to defend potentially twice at Southern Fried Gaming Expo.
Ooh.
He will be defending against former Underworld champion, former world champion, and player of the year, Jeremy Staggerwald, as Overdog.
Big
And then the following night, he will be defending, I'm sorry, the winner of that match, whoever it is, will be defending against Trey Cantrell using Nicola Mai.
All right.
So there will be consecutive Underworld defenses with 24 hours to prepare between them. And we are guaranteed to have we're guaranteed to have two defenses, two attempted defenses at Southern Fried.
Blood. Okay.
So we had been doing the #1 contenders matches, and here's the problem. We have a lot of people moving up this quarter. I can't try to get all those #1 contenders matches scheduled and streamed. It's very difficult, as Mr. Schmidt knows.
Preach.
So we are going to have a #1 contenders tournament. Many of you may have already found it. It is on Challenge. I will be specifically tagging everybody who is involved here, but I will tell you that whoever is most responsible will be piloting the character. If there's no clear most responsible, we will have a first round diversity match. The two people who gave the most points to that character will face off in the first round of the Underworld Qualifier tournament. Each round will have a deadline. You do not have to stream until the last 2 rounds. So I'm just asking that people finish their matches by whatever means necessary before the deadline. Otherwise, it's a double loss. The top 4 matches will all be streamed, probably in between late July and into August. And the intent is that the first, second, and third place finishers in the tournament will all get Underworld #1 contender shots. This is much more of a realistic pattern for me to have going forward. I'm expecting to do this from now on each quarter. So, 3 best finishers in a tournament where they face off. The pilots of the decks can change the decks every round, as long as you finish your matches and report the results before that round's deadline.
Very good.
So, here are the first and second rounds. The 2 diversity matches happen first. Round 1, Johnny Eldorado and John P. Well, you both like the winning ticket. I can't wait to see you winning ticket each other. That's what we're doing first.
Pause.
You two have to face off. And Tartan Terror was pretty evenly divided between 2 former world champions, Matt Nealon and Yasmin.
Love it.
So I want to see those 2 face off. I want to see who has the best Tartan Terror, and then they'll take that into the second round. So those first matchups have to be done by June 15th. You got 2 weeks. Doesn't have to be streamed. Just tell us who wins. Harvey Luster will face the winning ticket winner. Rainbow Apocalypse as Rainbow Girl will face off against...
Who is the GM? That's so messed up.
TVA Commissioner Drew Madsen as Spencer Vance.
What real perverted what perverse sick matches here.
Known favorite competitor at TVA local, Spencer
God.
Vance.
Yes, I'm sure everyone will be very
I'm
happy.
going to do everybody a favor, and I'm going to beat Spencer Vance's ass.
It's
Ooh.
possible.
Ew.
I have been known to roll power every now and then.
Generally Wong. Well, congratulations, Steve Rask. You're going to face off against Generally Wong in the first round. I'm looking forward to seeing how that strike goes over when the boss has to face it with Sergeant Yoga.
Oof.
Oh my god.
It's going to be great. Can't
Joker,
wait.
Joker Fish as Hurricane is going to face off against The GOAT, Brock Smith.
Evan, can we put this
Oh.
crime wave stuff behind me, man? I get they won faction wars and everything. Can we just move on, please?
Yeah,
No.
you are gonna live this forever. You have to face this one, Brock.
Oh, my God.
King Pink piloting Jokerfish will face off against the winner of the Matt Nealon and Yasmin matchup. That should be very exciting.
Ooh.
Bombada, Italian Bombada versus Swaggy D in the first round. Yeah, that's fine. I will. Okay, Swaggy D is gonna now. So why is Swaggy D here? He did not get a character promoted this quarter. Let's talk about. I never forget. Okay,
Good
I
man.
promise people that I never forget. Swaggy D piloted the Mark Jeff Bravo during last year's Olympics. He was the only non-worlds competitor who did not get a title shot because Mark Jeff Bravo was already in Underworld and was subsequently booked by us in all matches. So
My swaggy taker.
this is
Swaggy taker.
this is me coming back. I promise I always remember. And Swaggy will be playing as Ring Admiral Gumpy Thunder in this tournament.
Oh God.
Hey,
Oh.
good choice, Swag.
I told him he could pick anybody who wasn't already on this list and didn't already have a #1 contender shot. So that was his selection.
Hey, Swaggy, holla at Trey Cantrell.
It's not Chuck. It's Trey Cantrell. Don't let him fool you. It is Trey Cantrell.
Yeah.
Candyman Dan next up, going to be facing off against Fotista. It'll be interesting to see how Fotista pilots that deck against the world champion, former world champion.
We literally just saw it in Faction Wars. This was their round opponent. Dan won 2-1. Next.
Well,
it was 2-1. It wasn't smoked, all right.
It's a redemption. It's a redemption opportunity.
Yeah. Redemption for Brocky.
Chris Engler as Hamish Macbeth will take on the Flame Fighter and earning his opportunity in the Underworld tournament.
Ooh.
So, first round deadline June 15th, second round deadline June 30th, third round deadline July 15th. Seems fair. About 2 weeks between each round. Doesn't have to be streamed. Just get the matches done. Give us your results. Once we get down to a top 4, I will contact all the top 4. We'll book probably a single Sunday night fights where both of those matches will happen. And then we'll book another Sunday night fights where the finals and the third place match will happen. The third place match being the critical one, because only the winner of the third place match will get an Underworld title shot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Also, any matches that want to be streamed and we can't get them booked here, holler at me. We'll get them booked somewhere else.
I completely encourage that. If you can get them onto Candy Shop Talk or any other
Let me know.
service, please do. The world needs to see good
Chibi as well. Great.
So, questions, thoughts? This is pretty much the format that we're looking at going forward for Underworld contenderships. I'm trying to.
I think this is a great idea. I like having, instead of it just being like it was last time, which I think, that was fine. There was no issues with that at all. But with, in theory, this is what we want. We want more people playing the game. You want more competitors being, brought up. And I think this is absolutely fantastic way. And I also like how you have, the round 1 set up. So that way, it's not just, well, we're going to give it to, Johnny LD. He did really good in, the virtual Grand Gathering event. And sorry, P, you don't get. So I like what you did there as well. So kudos to you.
Yeah.
These are not booked. You can change deck list each round too.
Change your list each round.
Yeah,
right.
That's very important because Rambo and I already have a handshake deal on. And since it's not allowed to be used.
Correct.
There will be no standing and there will be no impact.
Correct.
No standing for national anthem.
We've done enough of that recently.
Yeah, I think that's been an interesting topic lately for sure.
Yeah, leave that
one. So anyway, as I said, that's the plan. Now let's talk about some more changes because there are going to be a few.
Ooh.
So we moved the general update to the end because it has the most information. One of the changes that I've already mentioned in the discussion group is that there will be more points awarded. I should say points awarded to more players. So, as a for instance, in the point system from the prior quarter, if you played on a Thursday night where there were 16 players, only the top four, I'm sorry, only the top two would get any points in a 16-player event. Okay. Now, in a 16-player event, if there are, in fact, 8 players in top cut, all 8 players in top cut will get at least a point.
Love it.
Ooh.
Love
Okay.
it. I think that's a great change.
Yeah.
So it's more points awarded to more places to acknowledge people who are playing the competitors more frequently.
Wonderful.
A point on behalf of GM Calais. Because we are moving to this guaranteed top 4, do not expect every single person who moves a character up to world to get an automatic world's qualifier.
Sure.
He was very clear about that.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. No, that
Because
does
we're
make
because
sense.
we're
makes
moving
perfect
to a
sense.
guaranteed
Correct.
movement.
That's right. There will be points awarded for title wins and title defenses from now on. So if you got a competitor who's rolling along in a division and you win enough title defenses with them, they may get moved to World or Underworld. And when competitors are moved out of the division that they're in, that should mean that the general manager triggers the replacement clause, which Mark Perry has already done in the hardcore division. That means that Italian Mabata will have to select a different hardcore competitor after this update.
Yeah.
Locals are always subject to this if you post about the results. Yes, I need to see posts about the results. So I don't put it this way. I don't go and look in every possible corner of the internet for title defenses.
Tag him.
I will
Tag.
That's what I did.
I will count down to locals. If you tag me, I will definitely count the regionals and the LFF titles when I see them.
What happens if somebody runs a Swiss event without a top cut?
I think it would be numbered.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
it's Swiss without a top cut, I'll determine what the appropriate top cut would have been. It's pretty obvious usually. The rule generally is that if it's 64 players or more, it should be top 16 at least. If it's 32 players or more, it should be top 8 at least. So I can make that determination if I see the challenge or the results.
Makes sense.
Absolutely.
So with the additional points, it's no longer going to be a particular threshold to move into Underworld. You are now going to have to be one of the top 4 scorers from Underworld to go to Worlds, or you're going to have to be one of the top 8 scorers from outside of the top 96 to go into Underworld.
Ooh.
That means that it will be a forced 2-tier system. So we will no longer see the Ricky Riot double jump that we saw this quarter. It would require in the future that we would move a competitor like that first, like Grandpack Theo, first to Underworld, then a quarter later to Worlds if he continues to be played.
Oh,
Gotcha.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
That means there will not be any promotions to World except from Underworld from now on. So yeah, it means that if you are trying to move a competitor up, you need to do that in 2 stages, a 2-stage move.
You got to commit yourself to half a year. If you really want to move Johnny Korea from outside to Worlds, you got to commit 6 months now.
You got to be one of the
Guys fighter. Or either way, I'm just
Jonathan
saying,
and
whoever,
Korea.
whoever, you got 6 months now. Like, gear up. You got a baby coming.
If I may ask a question, and this could be a dumb question. If it is, please tell me and you can refuse to answer it. But if, let's just say, for instance, we had points for the world title wins and title defenses, if that would have been implemented last time, would Runtime Terror have stayed in world?
Because she hadn't defended the title this past quarter, it's possible that she still could have been dropped.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So points are not remembered beyond the quarter that we're in.
Gotcha.
Right.
All right.
So the reporting period here started the day after Virtual Grand Gathering ended. So it started on Tuesday. It included the Thursday or night results. That reporting period will go all the way through the beginning of September. I don't have an exact date. Probably Labor Day weekend-ish will be the end of this current period because there may be some they're going to Dragon Con events on Labor Day weekend that will be included in this quarter. But our intent is 100% to get this quarter's results live before actual Grand Gathering.
Gotcha.
So physical Grand Gathering will have the new Q3 results in place.
Perfect.
Brain, I have another question. I'm pretty sure you've thought a little bit about it. What's your thoughts on Super Lucha coming soon? Because I know a lot of people are excited, myself included, to play those competitors.
Yeah. I'm waiting for guidance from the company, to be perfectly honest. So I think that Steve and John are going to have to make some decisions about Super Lucha. My expectation is that it will release sometime in this quarter. And as soon as it does, all of the competitors that release from it will be tagged with the new Super Lucha division tag. That'll be automatic. There's no question about that at the beginning. I think what you're talking go ahead. I think what you're talking about is more, can they be played with everybody else? And
Yes.
my expectation is yes. Based on what I have seen in previews, again, without actually seeing the printed versions, unless you work in China, you might not have seen the printed versions yet. But without seeing the printed versions of any of the competitors, I'm expecting at least one or two to instantly make an impact. I fully expect that there will be, when you mix Super Lucha cards with non-Super Lucha cards, that there are going to be some very powerful combinations. That being said, I think that the company may also desire for there to be a Super Lucha format. And listen closely when I say the difference between format and division. It is possible that in order to sell more Super Lucha, the company wants to have a format where you can only play cards that were printed as Super Lucha. Okay. If there is a Super Lucha format, that would be outside the resulting the results for the general Super Show pool. Yeah. So I consider everything here to be the general Super Show rankings. And if there is a Super Lucha format where you can only play Super Lucha, then I think that'll be a whole different thing, and it'll be managed and reported separately at the discretion of the company. Something like Six Stop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where there are different rules and a limited card pool. I think that there's been some expressed desire to maybe try something like that, but I think it's going to depend on how the players react.
This is all speculation, folks. Don't go clipping.
Totally
this.
speculation.
Don't go clipping this and be like, "Oh my God, Brain said this." Johnny Crazy. No, this is all speculation. We don't know what's going to happen. We are waiting for the top dogs. So don't be like, "Oh my God, but Brain said this and Brian said the truth." No, we didn't. We said speculation. So clip that. Speculation.
Yeah, boss is at a Halsey concert. Bother him tomorrow.
Yeah. Will leaderboards be posted? So I see the question.
Mm-hmm.
So we hadn't done this previously because the exact points threshold, I can tell you now because it's no longer relevant, right? So you needed 6 points to get to Underworld, and you needed 16 points to get directly to World. Okay. Those thresholds were previously unknown. If the community would be interested in monitoring the actual scoreboard, I have no problem in sharing it now, because I think it's pretty clear that if you are trying to get somebody promoted, then you're going to be actively playing them all the time.
Correct.
Right?
Right.
I mean, if you are trying to do that, it's going to be, you're just going to be constantly hoping to rack up the most points. And I think there's an argument for seeing the leaderboard at that point. But it's not something we've discussed, so I would say it's probably going to be up for a vote internally, and I'm interested what the other spiders would think.
Now that it's guaranteed, like top 4 and top 8, I think it's more open, because because before you didn't want anybody to like game the system. You didn't want Pate sitting there with a magnifying glass being like, I need 1.5 wins to move Theo. Things like that.
I think it should be openly visible, and of course you're the only one who can edit it. But when we were younger, I know Brock was, a little baby, but like when we went to the arcades back then, and then you were playing them games, and you wanted to see, oh, who's up there, got 9 million, I'm trying to hit 10 million. it drives some people. So
Yeah.
and then
no,
because if you're like Underworld playing and you're the 4th spot and you got like 7 points, and then all of a sudden here comes leader of the flock, 5th point. Now he takes you. Now you got a little competition. So
yeah, I think there could be benefit. I will certainly defer to GM Calais. As I always say, we in the Spider Committee serve at the pleasure of the general manager. If he were to overrule it, we would say no. But my initial reaction is, I think now that the whole system is more public, I think it makes sense to show the leaderboard.
Makes sense.
So everyone, get your competitors ready. Danchi, get your Screaming Danchi ready. Prize Fighter.
Who has those competitors?
No, those times will help Prize Fighter.
Get up, Rambo. Get ready. You guys are going from outside the top 8, and then now you go on top. Get ready, boys.
That's it, baby. We're gonna take Rainbow Girl all the way.
Yeah.
Rainbow
all the way. You get dropped.
I want to see the OG. Go first.
So I believe that's it. Unless there are any other questions, that's all the news. We will have the master competitor spreadsheet updated no later than tomorrow morning. I will post in the discussion group when it's been updated. It's always the same link. So the master competitor spreadsheet is not changing anymore. It's just going to be updated with the changes. That would be 2 promotions, 2 demotions, 15 promotions to Underworld, 16 total demotions from Underworld. And then we will have the Undersecretary of Division Assignment, Danny Thunder, will be tasked with putting divisions on the 16 demotions. That could take a little bit of time, but we'll get to that as quickly as possible. So hopefully that will happen no later than the end of the day tomorrow.
All right.
Very good.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it. Go, sir.
I have one more because, I'll ask the hard-hitting questions. Once again, you can reserve the right not to. I know this has been a topic. Is there any thoughts of expanding the numbers of World and Underworld?
So we would like to go to 50. I would like to go to 5150. I won't speak to anybody else.
Spiders as a majority have always been in favor of expanding slots. It is, but because that tricky phrase of where we serve at the pleasure of other people, we have not been allowed to.
Yeah.
And it's also, we never know the exact perfect number, right? Brian said 50, 100. Some people could say 80. It's
the thing you're going to see if you think about what hasn't been happening, right? We have not seen 4 competitors go to Worlds at the same time since the beginning of Spider.
Right.
So now next quarter you are guaranteed 4 promotions, which means you are guaranteed 4 demotions. And because you can't be demoted if you earned any points, that means we could be looking at demotions of some very powerful competitors.
Deathmatch King.
No, notably not me. Thanks, Zach and Simon. Normally,
well,
you're
all competitors will still get played. I can't. Yeah, believe me. Big Bad Bobby D is never coming out of there. I can't do anything about that.
I just gotta keep losing the top 4.
And Schmidt, Deathmatch King will come down when Ariel Lipstick does, aka never.
You can thank Zach for that one because Zach will always draft Ariel first. And
I'll tell you, if I ever see Deathmatch King in an open and I'm taking it, I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, me too. Don't worry.
Same.
All right. Anybody got anything else? Looks like the chat's just singing y'all's praises.
Yeah.
Appreciate what you've done.
Want to thank Bob Dunn. I want to thank all the spiders. I want to thank Drew. And I want to thank slapping Chuck's forehead because that is the proper way to do it in the LFF. All right. I promise you we'd be picking people right now for the qualifier. So I'm gonna start off because it's my show, and I'm gonna do this anyway. Yo, Swaggy, you here?
Oh.
He was in the chat earlier.
Used to get an altar.
Dari,
you here?
Dory, Swaggy,
my Swaggy taker.
Oh,
yes.
The Swaggy
Someone
taker's
get
here.
Swaggy the Zoom link, please, and thank you.
I got it.
Swaggy D
I'm
has been chosen for the triad. He, I believe.
I hope you have a deck.
And can actually see.
I was about to say, can he see right now?
Swaggy stole my gimmick, bro. This ain't fair.
I look forward to the father-like accidental gimmick where he just has to randomly play a card from his hand every turn.
Blind shot talk.
All right.
Yeah, this man.
We have a nice
triad
group
strap
of chosen former members of the LFF championship division. Absolutely, you have your greatest American champion, the last American champion, Bob Dunn. You have the Tornado champion as well here too. You have former Underworld champions, former Triad champions, former Hardcore champions. So I'm going to give you a list of 5 people that are currently in the chat right now that deserve a shot.
Please be Mikey. Please be Mikey.
5. Yes, 5.
5 times.
There will be a vote in the group. It must be a consensus.
Consensus among this group? Good luck.
Yes, a consensus on this group.
Yes, this group exactly.
Oh, this is about to be fantastic.
No, I'm just joking.
The
noticeable agreeers.
I suggested something to Boss before, and he was like, "Yeah, we're not doing that because someone will buy it out immediately." So
It'd be a real shame if somebody donated $100 right now. Be
Right.
a real shame.
Yeah, it'd be Bob Dunn.
Yes.
I don't want a triad match.
Hey,
Triads suck.
They're better than tag.
yes. All right. Let me unmute
Okay.
her. All right. So
Give us some names.
I'm going to give you some names right now.
Oh wow, this is just a straight zoom. So raw. This is weird.
All right.
So
The people who I
doing
picked.
here?
Let's go first off with Brimer, Chris Brimer.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's number
Okay.
1.
That's a solid choice. What else?
Let's go with Matty Bar 1.
Okay.
I like it.
3 more.
You know what? I like him so much. He did so well in the top cut of the CAC. Tim White.
Oh.
I have to pick this man because you know what? It would be not an entertaining match without him. Possum Kang.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Oh.
And the last one.
not the bobsledder himself.
Oh,
He's gonna be so
and
mad.
the last one, who I think deserves a shot, who hasn't had a shot in anything in a very, very long time. Is he in the chat still?
Is he?
Is he?
Is he? Is she?
Paul Trejo.
Are they?
Oh, Chibi.
Oh.
Jimmy has not had a
Okay.
shot at an LFF title in a very, very long time. So you have 5 well-deserving competitors in the LFF, 5 well-upstanding members of the community, 5 people who I like. Gentlemen,
And whoever we pick has to face Swaggy D,
and
Dar,
Chris Tapley.
Brendan Tapley.
Chris Tapley.
Yes. So I'm going to go right now to Johnny Correa, Brian Lee. Who will you be choosing to enter into this triad?
Oh, I'm biased. Send in my son, Possum Kang.
Possum gets 1.
Oh.
I will ask. The
He would
LFF
like
world.
to deny. He wants to give that to
I was gonna
somebody
say
else.
Possum
What?
and say
Yeah.
No.
He's
Oh.
a trash digger. Beggars aren't choosers.
Oh.
Get in there. Possum King. I'm submitting
I
it
will
twice then.
respect the possums,
He probably ate some cheese and smoked some cheese.
but this,
Trademark.
okay, fair. All right, so
All right,
possums.
So no Possum.
Possum denied? Are we
It's
gonna-
not
That's
the first time
one he's
it-
It's not the
denied.
first time
Ain't
he's
the
done it.
first belt I denied
Yeah.
this week.
This was a nicer denial for
Yes.
sure.
Possum will be talking. All right. Well, if possible deny, let's go ahead and throw in.
Me and Coach.
No,
No.
Dang, damn.
no one in this room
Ah.
is available.
Let's just say Brimer. I feel like let's go with Brimer.
All right, so I have 1 for Brimer. Rambo.
Oh, who's my other choice? I mean, I like
was gonna
all of
say,
these. I just I know my
Chibi.
whole.
There's only
Matt-
4 people to pick from.
Matt Chibi, Brimer,
Yeah,
Matty Bar 1,
yeah.
Flying fighter.
Flame Fighter.
So we're
That's
just
fine,
doing
but-
4.
Well, just doing 4. I have one for
I'll do
Brimer.
Okay.
Brimer. I respect that. I'll do Brimer as well. He's an
That's
AC
two for
stubborn.
Brimer.
I
Flame Fighter's
also
got a shot.
Hold on.
Chivy's got a shot of AC online. So yeah, go ahead. I'm still thinking.
All right,
Yeah, I'm
Rock.
thinking too.
Who do you want to whoop their butts in like a month or so?
I think we're probably just gonna put an end to this, and I'll go Brimer.
All right, majority.
That's
I,
about
We
to
have
say,
a
there you
majority.
go.
I was
We have a
also
majority on
gonna-
Brimer.
yeah.
All right,
I was
Brimer.
gonna vote Brimer.
Do you have a deck of? All right, Brimer. Do you have a deck ready to go? Yes
I
or
was
no?
gonna vote for Chibi.
I want Chibi, but my vote won't matter.
Can you read the other list I typed up earlier? Because
You have 2 minutes.
2 minutes
Brimer.
is fine.
You
2
got
minutes is
2
fine.
minutes.
Someone said
Or
Brimer
Johnny
to Zoom.
Korea takes it.
Yeah, I can
Why
say
didn't you read my list out?
Where is the Lucha Maniacal Uber star?
So Brian Lee has submitted a list.
Yes,
There's
let's see.
5
It's right
people.
here. Brian Lee, Johnny Korea, Johnny North Korea, JNK, and Brian June Lee.
That was a great list.
I'm a big North Korea fan myself, so he has my vote.
All right. With that being said, we're
Never
gonna
been less
take it.
shocked in my life.
Brimer, someone get Brimer the Zoom.
yeah.
I'm already on it, baby.
All right. Brimer,
One
please
last thing.
Yes.
Go to hell, horse. The TVA commission giveth, and the TVA commission taketh away. Spencer Vance is mine, you scumbag.
Find another hobby horse.
We'll be back in a minute,
Get a
guys.
The
job.
hardcore division is free. Finally. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sunday Night Fights and welcome to your main event of the evening. We got a Triad #1 contender match. They were picked from the crowd like Price is Right. Come on down. And I'm going to hand it off to Mr. CCC himself to get this thing started.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall.
One
fall.
And it's for the punishment of being in this #1 contenders match for the Triad Championship. Introducing first. He is a former LFF World Tag Team Champion. He represents the Mission. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Bromlight.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Thanks for having me here. We let him in, guys. We let him in.
You let him in.
You're the one that let him in. You did this. Don't blame us. And his opponent. He is Eddie Fury's rising star. He's representing Eddie Fury Presents Star Maker Productions. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Chris Tapley. And their final opponent. He is the Tri-State Tag Team General Manager. He is my co-host on the greatest show in all of the shows, Candy Shop Talk, baby. Give it up for Swaggy D.
Swaggy taking the house, baby. Woo!
Swaggy, take her time. Production, you got this?
I got this. Gentlemen,
got
let
it.
me
Good
see
luck,
those
y'all.
play areas, please, and thank you.
Best of luck, y'all.
Let's go.
Boy, don't. There we go.
Ooh, Man from Tomorrow. Interesting from prime time.
Love that pick.
Swaggy, who you got, baby?
King Cage, baby.
King Cage. And
Yeah.
Mr. Tapley,
What the
who
hell?
will you be using?
I've got Slime Girl. That's who I want to.
Slime Girl. Entrances, please, and thank you from all three.
I'm using
Oh, okay. Primer, same entrance, I assume.
Time Warp with Dr. Dave.
Yeah, the Time Warp.
Okay. And then summoning circle with Mr. Tapley.
Yeah.
Okay. Primer, spectacle choices.
Valiant.
Thank you. Swaggy.
Big Valiant.
Chris.
Always.
Yep, 3 of us. Valiant.
All right. Dice
Love
rolls. Mr. Tapley in
Wherever
the
you
box.
can see him, if you guys need me to re-roll, just let me know.
All right.
In the box, as long as it was dropped or rolled intentionally.
All right.
Anywhere you can see, just let me know if I need to reroll.
All right. I will give you the option at the turn of the crowd meter each time to change your targets. We'll nominate targets now. Primer, who are you targeting?
We'll target King Cage.
Okay. King Cage, you may not have to target, but please target someone.
I think I technically have to target because of the time warp thing. I'm gonna target Slime Girl just because whatever.
Okay.
Okay.
And Chris, you have to. Don't believe
I'll target Brimer then.
There you go.
Look at the triangle.
All right.
Easy enough.
Let's get this going. Good luck. Have fun. Ring that bell. Ding. A ding.
Oh man,
Here we go.
I gotta play John P. and the chiropractor.
Yeah.
This
baby.
sucks, man. Who was gonna
I didn't wanna
inform
tell
me
you, but-
this? Who? Why am I the only one who didn't know this? I had the bell.
This is 5 from Swaggy. It's a power from Primer. Chris Tapley. Yes, still waiting to
Betting
roll.
is live.
Muted? I'm not muted.
Traditions are live.
I believe that thing takes it.
I'd rather play Matt Hass.
Oh, you get to
All
do
right,
that when you resign.
Tapley,
Chris
turn.
roll?
Yeah, I got a sub. Tech 9 takes it.
Oh
okay.
man.
All right, so
Yeah,
yeah, so Tapley takes
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Right. A diverse matchup we have here.
Folks. Yes, that's right. Betting is up. Bet some points, win some points, or lose some
I'm gonna
points
get a
like I
pass.
did betting on Brian Schmidt earlier tonight.
Okay.
It was a terrible decision. I told you you were a moron.
I like to play both
Take 9
sides.
again?
alright?
That's my agility of 8.
Agility.
Strike
A.
10.
Strike 10.
Oh,
Brian
Brian
White with
with
it.
the
So,
straight
give me-
10.
So his gimmick
Man,
is roll
Mark,
strike.
I
Look
love
at the top 3 cards of your deck, vary one, and put the others back on top of your deck in any order, just so that you know from Man for Tomorrow.
It's pretty good.
And put those back on top. Draw for
So
turn.
essentially, you get to decide what 2 cards you draw next.
And King Cage. Lead sub, control the wrist. No effect.
Sub control the rest. I think you might be golden. Yeah, you're fine.
It's good.
All right, it does nothing.
I mean, if you're gonna play subs against King Cage, do it early, baby.
Yeah.
That's a strike of 7.
That's a big grapple 5.
Tech 5.
Swag
All right,
takes
so
the turn.
Swaggy takes it with a
You
7.
got it.
Hey.
I love those sleeves though.
Oh, I love those too.
Let's
Talk about that finished
Super
strike
Saiyan
though.
5.
4.
Oh yeah, Super Saiyan 4. Love it.
Talk to us about that finished strike there. As an avid King Cage or a Brian Cage player, but King Cage, you know.
I know we don't have the expert Mikey Nichols on standby,
Yeah,
but
I'm
you'll
gonna
just
pass it.
do just as well, world champ.
I'm goofy.
Exclamation
I'm
point
gonna pass
Barry,
it there.
folks.
Swaggy passes.
Swag
Swag-
with the pass
Swag
and Barry.
I mean, like the real power with King
So
Cage
5.
come.
Grapple 5.
8.
All right,
So
Primer
Chris
gets the
Tapley
Eight
gets
gets
ready.
it.
The real power with King Cage comes from power, but also that new finish
King Cage. Follow up
strike
sub,
that also
repeating
with
stomps.
grapple.
Yeah, no, we're gonna
It's
super head toss
disgusting.
that, bud.
Yep.
It's disgusting. You have to stop it twice.
I'm gonna
And
put
it-
Prime over here. I'm gonna put
So,
Tapley up
it's
here.
2 stops.
Easier to
It's
do
2
this way. Makes
stops.
life easier.
You know, per hit. It's gross.
Sub 8.
It
Yes.
really is.
That's
Grapple
my
9.
goal.
What does Tapley
Grapple
roll?
That's a strike 7.
9 gets it.
9. All right.
All right, Swaggy with
Swag.
the turn.
All right, got a lead on Brimer. Let's see if we see a follow up. Really want to hit that King Cage clutch or the King Cage killer combo. I feel that's the
King
way to
Cage
go,
clutch
right?
is. I mean, he really cooked. I mean, like
All right,
Steve
follow
cooked
up
with
s-
these finishers.
Primer.
Yeah.
Follow up strike. Chokes him right through the table.
Ooh.
Sure.
All right, so I flip.
Hey!
Strike.
That's the great art right there.
No.
Fantastic art with the Dirty
No, I might
Birds
just
putting
whiff.
that stupid
No.
horse through a table.
And
There
is
you
that
go.
King Cage killer combo?
Yeah, it
That's-
Did I get there, baby?
Oh,
I got
it
there,
is.
baby.
he
That's
can pick
right.
that
Cage
up.
killer combo put into my hand.
That's the other gross
And
thing
he
about it. You
will.
can flip cards to pick up a grapple. Just pick up your
Part
finished
of the
strike
cards,
as
baby.
well.
Let's
Because
go.
it
There you
counts.
go.
Love it.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Agility 8.
disgusting.
That's also my agility 8.
Power 6.
All right,
Alright,
so
so bump on the
Tapley
8.
and Swaggy are bumping.
Okay, and I'll draw for gimmick
Or-
and draw for bump.
Mhm.
We'll say, or Swaggy could have rerolled.
Yeah,
That's
I don't think
agility
he
8 to
rolled
9.
rolled power. I don't know.
He hasn't
I'm
rolled
not
power
really
yet.
paying attention.
Okay.
Oh, too late
and I'll
now.
draw for
Well,
gimmick.
no, with the entrance. When you
Draw for
bump,
turn.
you can choose to
Oh.
reroll your turn roll.
Mhm.
Let's see. A little risky. He might
Yeah,
be blind
alright.
like the Johnny Correa, so he might not know.
All right, but Tapley
he's
has
not
the turn,
dumb.
though. And Tapley did roll agility again, so he does get gimmick again.
Yeah, he did it already.
Because it was an 8
Get
to a 9.
richer.
Yeah, I'm
What
gonna
does
pass
he
again.
do?
Cool.
Okay, or
Yeah,
continue
he's got to
to
play on
Pass.
Swag. Nothing
Strike
This
Swag.
sounds like it's going to be a really long
Grapple
game.
5.
Grapple
Hit
9.
grapple 5 to a 6.
Grapple 9 takes
Nine
it.
gets it.
Brom
All right,
life.
Primer with the turn.
Let's
That's
see.
all.
Remember,
A 10 from Cage or
Swaggy
Combo.
targeted
Let's
Primer.
go.
Oh, that's right. Swaggy targeted Primer. Thank you,
On
production.
Tapley.
Wow.
Lead strike.
Take it
Chop,
here.
chop, chopper.
The
Choppa.
Super Show and like
Choppa,
that
choppa,
first
Choppa,
match.
choppa, choppa is gonna be fine.
I draw the bottom card. If you force me to discard any, then I shuffle 3.
Power
That
10!
is a
Oh.
big power 10.
There's a
10.
power, baby.
Power 6.
Agility 8. That'll give
Hey,
me
8 to a
some
9, but it's
gimmick.
not enough.
Mhm.
No harm,
Yeah,
no
so
foul
Swaggy
there.
takes it, and Swaggy gets to reroll his next turn roll.
And Tapley gets a +1
My
for his
boy.
next one.
King Cage killer combo. Finish strike grapple must be stopped twice.
On
you, Brimey?
Primer?
Brom life.
Okay.
Gotta be stopped twice.
I cannot stop it twice, so it's good.
All right,
Oh,
so
snap.
+1 because it is
damn.
considered a grapple.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That is a sub 5 to a 6. That's easy.
Beautiful.
Agility 7.
All right, cool.
There
There
you
you
go.
guys.
Will you change
Pump that
targets?
crowd,
Will
man.
anyone change targets?
I don't need to. I'm good.
I'm good.
Swag has a possible re-roll. Tapley has a +1.
That is my agility. Oh,
That's a 7 to an 8 for me.
do I want to re-roll this one?
8.
Hold on.
He has a re-roll.
I'm not gonna re-roll it.
You
We're
take
gonna
the bump.
Yeah, we're
He's
gonna
taking the bump.
Taking the bump.
I can't guarantee the win on that one. That's a grapple
That's
man.
strike 7.
Yep. That.
All right, Swaggy with the turn again.
Would you roll, Dory?
Oh.
Sorry.
I rolled a 9.
You got it.
Tap bump with me, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Like here.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm in gallery view and I can only see I see 7 boxes right now. We're gonna go ahead and surprise attack on you.
Don't admit that you're
Tap
blind.
-1 to get next turn roll.
Lead
Surprise
strike.
attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
All right. Tapley gets
Oh, cool.
minus
That's a
1.
sub of 5. Yay.
Agility 7.
Agility 8. Give me
To
going.
a 7.
Mm-hmm.
To a 7.
To a
7.
Oh, 7. Yep.
So
he's a
Primer
75.
and
We're bumping.
yes.
I'll
Primer.
use my entrance once and try to take it.
Okay.
Okay.
Go for it.
Love it.
Wow.
Power 6. You got it.
Hey, look at that.
Oh.
Draw for
That's
gimmick.
the
draw for
double-edged
turn. I'm gonna
sword
add
there,
cards.
folks.
Give me a sec.
What a nice guy letting Chris Tapley have a turn.
And gets
Yeah.
a +1 to his next
Here's the
turn
real
roll.
fun part. Does Chris play a card or does he pass again?
I would pass
Fighting
because I'm a
time.
coward.
2.
Well, we know that. That's been
That's how you win
established.
triad belts.
Why, you just coward?
Yes.
All right.
Gonna give up the
You heard
Ushiguro.
That's
it
when
here
I'm
from the
gonna do a
Triad
John
champion.
P and
You
the
heard it here from the
the
Triad champion. You
chiropractor.
need to be a coward to win the Triad belt. You have to just hide away and turtle for a while.
It's called you hide away in the group chat, so then the match just never gets scheduled. It's a great
Dario,
strategy.
you, Fujiwara
That's how
armbar
Chris
lead
Tapley's
sub
in this
is
position.
unstoppable.
Unstoppable
Okay.
Fujiwara armbar.
Yep.
All right.
I can't use my skill stops on you.
Shuts down the clock.
Correct.
Oh, that's fine.
Grapple 9.
Sub 10.
That is a sub of 5.
The
All right,
sub
so
10 to an
Tapley
11.
with the turn again.
But who's keeping count?
You team up with your neighbor. That is how you win Triad belts. Yeah, I can see that, Slade.
So now I throw a
We
follow-up.
saw the collusion.
I don't know what you're talking
Follow-up
about.
grapple
It's
against
like
I don't.
Countess
He's not my
Kane.
neighbor. He's
Get
my
Get
enemy.
Pessenberry.
Cool.
Damn.
Pessenberry.
Needs to follow-up grapple on.
That's my grapple of 9.
Yep.
Take 5.
Check
That's sub
5.
10.
Yep.
Yep.
Primer 10.
Half is hot.
Primer rolling tech, and then Chris Tapley. Yeah, no, the dice are finally starting to heat up
Yeah,
for
I
him.
think I can play.
He was rolling a lot of agility earlier, which did get him a lot of extra cards in that
Let's,
hand.
Show me that follow-up grapple.
I'm gonna give up for hand size.
Gotta have a handful of stops, right?
Gonna give
He
up
has to.
cold snap and
Well, there goes his number 1.
primer on you. Submerge, lead sub, first sub in play.
Sure.
Okay.
Ooh.
Search my deck for a finish. Discard it.
Slime Girl has a
Shuffle hand, and
spotlight.
I'll pick back cold
No.
snap. I'm gonna grab.
Interesting.
the
Interesting choice for a
sub.
number 9.
I mean, maybe he's got some recursion
Is there a
going
spotlight
on.
on that sub?
No,
Yeah,
there's
I
not.
do-
It's just
I
a crap
do-
finish.
Okay.
I do
Slime Girl has some of the
like
worst finishes in the game.
putting
so.
leads on both players. The problem though is that
Yeah,
opens
so
you up to the
anyway,
C1
gonna
stop
shuffle.
ones.
Let me get my cards with it. I gotta also add the what is
You know,
it?
because
Hold on,
now
I
if he
think there's
throws
some
the
more text.
so now
So
if he
your deck or
throws like
add
the
one
finish
stop from your
sub
discard if it's tried, you may
on
do both.
Swaggy,
Okay, so
Brimer can be like, "Oh, you
I'll
have a
add
7
back
play
the
on
cold
me.
snap,
I can
although I think
hit
I've
you
got to
with
give
the
it up for
20."
hands. No, I'm good. I'll grab it.
Yeah, because you just played the submerged.
Because I just played the sub, yeah. So I'll grab it back, give you all cut.
But it is a triad card, so he
Grab
does get
back
to
the
add a
cold
stop
snap.
back and search up and put the
Then we're good.
finish in the discard pile.
Okay. There we go.
Strike 7.
Agility 7.
Strike 7.
Three-way bump.
Or three-way
Three-way
bump.
bump.
7-7. Jackpot,
Everybody gets a
baby.
card.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Grapple 9.
Oh,
I'm gonna give up the lucky eat die for hand size.
Strike
It's a
10.
strike 10 from Brimer.
Sure.
Grapple 5.
All right, so I will gimmick.
Wait.
No.
You said hold on, hold on. Roll the
They could
grapple.
tag.
I did roll
Tapley.
grapple.
Tapley?
You got anything in play on him?
No.
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 Yeah, I'll team up.
All right,
Yeah,
cool. All right.
All right, but
I'm
Brimer does
still
still get
gonna
gimmick,
gimmick.
though.
Still
Yeah,
gimmick.
Brimer still gets
Yeah,
gimmick.
go ahead and gimmick.
Yeah.
I like that they all said yes, and then Brian just had to
Bury
like
that
pop
one.
in there and be like, "Yes, Brian. Yes, Brimer still gimmicks." Like,
Well, he has
Put those on top.
to
Yeah.
make sure that people know he's there. You
Draw
know.
for my turn.
you just went full robot,
Two.
Brock.
You go first because I rolled a 5.
That Michigan internet just did you dirty.
I'm gonna 0-1.
You know what, Brian?
So Swag gets to play first against
I'm
Brown
gonna
Light
start
whenever he's
with
ready.
a surprise hit lead strike.
Bry.
Lockjaw.
Oh,
Locked
okay.
jaw.
God.
The
Just
lead
gonna
strike
give back
wide
the same
open.
cold snap. And Brimer, have to
Follow
play
up
on
strike. How
you.
about that?
Brimer, how about
Sticking it
a
through.
raise the dead, lead sub, second sub?
Hey, all right.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, I'll draw
So-
2.
And add a card
And
back.
add back from discard. I will take
Little hand
back
check.
the.
He's probably gonna have to discard
Sub.
2,
Yeah.
I think.
I'm gonna owe a couple.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna 2, I believe.
See what I drew. Ugh, jeez.
So why would wait?
Might want to be the new Triad champion.
Absolutely not.
No, 57% Prime Time, 32% Swag.
He doesn't want.
10%.
He doesn't want to be Triad champion because he'll have Eddie Fury complaining that he should
Gonna
get
give
a
up
shot
catch the
against
ropes.
Brian Schmidt.
And gonna give up.
Yeah, because Brian couldn't kick out of an 8.
It's because Eddie Fury's undefeated against Brian Schmidt, therefore
Nope.
he should always challenge
Nope.
for Brian Schmidt's belt.
Here's what I think. Brian Schmidt
Okay.
Triad champion. We have Eddie Fury and Mikey Nichols.
All right.
I'll
But it has
hand-
to be streamed though. It has
I'll-
to be streamed.
I'll hand
has to be streamed,
I'll
though, or
hand.
just-
I will
How's it?
vacate immediately.
That's my tech of.
Can you
6.
ship it out at least? That'd be great.
Yeah,
I
that's
could.
tech, though, not power, right?
Yeah.
One
that's
of the
tech.
best parts about
Exactly,
losing
with
that
the
Dollar
turn.
Grand Gathering, I
Hold on a
didn't have to
moment.
ship
What
it. I
was
just
your
handed
roll,
it to
Chris?
Trey.
Mine,
right
mine
across
was
the
sub
table.
10.
Sub 10 for tap.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. We see Tapley's making some noise over there. A lot of
Follow up.
leads.
Yikes.
A lot of leads.
Little follow up strike, little follow up grapple. Show me something, baby. Don't throw me a strike out there yet. Wait
Gonna
till
give
you
up for
finish
hand
and throw that.
size, the overheat,
Okay.
and I don't
That'd be
have a
great.
playable card, so I'm.
How do you
going
not have
to
a playable
pass
card?
Berry, the elbow shot.
Huh.
Chris, don't
All right.
overthink this.
I rolled
Roll it up.
Power Sunday. That's a sub of
Sub
5.
6.
Oh,
Oh,
tech,
man.
tech 9.
All right,
10 takes
Brimer.
Strike 10. I'll gimmick.
Top 3. 1. Decide what you draw and what goes on top.
Put those on top.
Prize Fighter, where we at right now? Who do you like?
Swaggy, lead finish strike.
Whoa!
Oh, let me.
Let's see
Let's
this.
wait.
That's my pick,
Lead
Brimer,
strike.
right there. That's my
Question,
pick.
what's your tech?
Hell of a pick.
My take is a 5.
Who's ever
Oh,
thrown?
that's
the
Yours
finish?
is higher by 1.
Yeah, beg for mercy.
Yo, beg for mercy on this.
You know, I
Nice.
actually like Swaggy now that you asked that question.
King
Yeah.
Cage combo back to hand.
I like Swaggy a lot in
Yeah,
this
yeah,
position.
you
Oh
Yeah,
my
you heard me-
God.
you heard me pick Swaggy.
Swag.
Yeah, I think it was the Michigan internet talking to me. I think Davner also
Yeah,
picked.
Oh, that's a tech of.
Yeah,
6.
that Pennsylvania
Yeah,
internet's
Agility
not great either.
Grapple 9 takes it.
Mm-hmm.
All
Okay,
right.
gimmick for me, so I'll draw for gimmick.
Yeah.
Dari, strike finish goes to hand, goes to top of deck, not hand.
Thank you. I'll put it back on top.
For me,
Good maneuver by Swaggy.
still
I
can't
love
draw
it.
playable offensive follow up, so I guess I'll give some Sunmaster back up.
Listen, what do you want? The guy can barely see right now.
That's how Ref Dave actually won his triad shot, by cheating.
Tapley, follow up grapple, take the shot.
I
take the shot. Follow grapple. What will that one do?
You don't have a stop and play against me, so it'll do nothing.
Listen, since everyone.
Or do you have a stop and play?
I do not have a stop and play against you.
I didn't think you did.
Yeah, when you're going into an open tournament and you need to like figure out what your skill cards are going to be, I'm not gonna lie. Beg for Mercy on Brian Cage is such an unexpected move, and it catches people off guard so many
grapple
times.
5 to 6.
Strike 10.
It is
beautiful. Grapple 5 for me. Grapple 5.
Brimelight taking over. That's my pick right there.
Yeah, this dice going.
Hey,
That's so
solid
stupid
pick.
that it worked.
It was ridiculous. It popped me.
Put those back on top. Draw for turn. Tapley, finish sub, no subs.
There you go.
Sub for sub.
You gotta have a stop.
That's his least protected too.
Correct. So we got to.
And he only has one stop available.
Slam it.
There it is.
We each discard the bottom card, and I can choose if we're going to add them or not.
Yep.
For me, the bottom card's elbow shot.
Stop.
Un-American elbow smash.
That's like your number 10.
It is.
Yeah, we'll take it with the hand.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm up with that. That's not awful.
Oh, yeah, another tech.
Strike 10.
10s are bumping.
Oh, heck yeah.
So that's a bump on 10,
I will
but
gimmick
Primer
first.
gets gimmick.
Yep.
The other thing
Strong
with
bump.
Beg for Mercy is that when it's dead, it just turns into a really good recursion card, and sub is his most protected. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, if
sense
you have
it's-
skill spots to burn, that's fine.
Yeah. Because Swaggy's probably
Draw.
running. He's most likely running Colossal Smash and Beg for Mercy. I mean, like normally, I
Grapple
feel like
9.
Elbow shot.
I feel like I would go with the skill Chugga Chugga.
Oh, that's
nine,
you. That's
but-
big power 6.
That's
but
just
that
the
will clear my
second-
entrance, so give me 1 second.
Second
Clear
best
that.
Brian Cage player in the world speaking, you
I don't
know.
think there's anything I care about in there.
I want to know what Mikey Nichols runs for his skill requirement cards. Let's hear it, Mikey. I know you're here.
Nightmare Tech was canceled.
Your strike's a lead finish strike, right?
After only one
If I roll
episode?
strike for turn roll, yes.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Do I want to take it and give? No, I'm good. Okay.
You good?
Yep.
All right, on to you. Follow up sub, leave it to fate.
Leave it.
Follow
to fate.
sub, leave it to fate. I will
That's
whirlwind with it.
interesting.
Yep.
I will discard the bottom card.
And see
For
if
me,
you
that's the
wanna add it.
Thunderous Goozle.
Driving to the planet.
Yeah, we'll discard those.
Yeah, he saw the 20 and was like, yeah.
Yeah. Get rid of that.
Oh, that's a big power 6.
Strike 10.
Damn.
Power 6.
Primer's got some hot dice right
That
now.
is a strike of 7.
All right. Still can.
I'm like with the turn.
He needs to
Right,
play
this.
like a number 23 that can recur,
And I took it with a 10.
22 that could
Yes.
recur.
Yeah.
Tapley, follow up strike, mounted turnbuckle punches.
That'll do it.
Follow strike.
He's
mounted
going
turnbuckle
for that finished sub.
punches.
If that hits, that's probably a finish
I
hit.
think Tapley has to stop for it. He kept saying that he doesn't have playable cards, which means he probably has a handful of leads that are only.
You have him
subs.
play against me right now, Brimer. 2 strikes and a grapple.
But he could
Yes.
burn the 21 right now just to get a follow up in play.
Yeah, I mean, if
I
doesn't really
will
matter which
Cosmic
one
Knee
he
in the ropes
burns.
it.
There it
Yeah.
is.
The friendly draw.
There's the 15.
Yep.
He probably feels safe doing that also because Swaggy has a lead strike. They both have lead strikes against him.
Correct.
So he can hold on to
And-
the 21.
Strike 7.
Ooh,
Big tag coming.
Tag up.
Did you roll strike also?
I
A little
did.
tag.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's
Tag
team
it.
up. Yes, let's team up.
Let us team up. He
We roll it off
says.
together.
Yeah, I think we roll off to see who goes first.
Oh,
Swaggy
boy,
hoping
that
to win this
I got a
one,
nine.
5.
and
I got a 9.
Yep,
Tapley would take it.
take it before I do.
Those for turn.
Awful.
Smash
Like,
calls
exactly in
cards and
hand.
Brian Cage check. Yeah, so basically what I said, except you run it on your 8 instead of your 9.
Correct.
Second best
Primer.
player in the
Yes,
LSF.
Finish.
Blasting the light tubes, follow up strike
What?
for strike and play.
Oh,
Sure.
yes!
That's not very nice.
Hell yeah, with the correct art on it.
Little
Let's
Simon
go,
Dabner art there.
baby. Star Maker's on top.
Jeremy Steigerwald is disgusted.
It's an amazing card. I don't want to hear anybody. I believe this is the second mission member that has been hit by blast into the light tubes.
Very ironic.
Now, let's see. Do we?
You're
see
just
the
gonna go finish
strike?
strike here, right? You just go finish strike.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, come on.
Absolutely.
I don't.
You stop.
What is he trying to read here? Get the magnifying glass out here, Swaggy. Look for the one that says finish strike.
Just let me know when we're
Yeah,
good.
boo all you want.
I think
Dan.
we're waiting on you,
Taking
right?
on the world title
Oh
against
shit!
you.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't hear that.
I played on Brimer. I think it's your
right.
turn.
Okay, cool.
That'll be
Brian,
500 bits.
Kill Cage.
There we go. He found it.
It has to be stopped twice.
I have to stop it twice.
I wouldn't stop it. What's the worst that could happen?
How many you have in hand?
Swaggy wins.
That is.
That's not the worst that can happen. Chris Tapley winning is the worst that can happen.
No, Chris Tapley winning is the best outcome. Followed.
I can only stop it
followed
once, so unless Tapley has a stop
second
and wants to use it.
by Prime Time winning.
I wouldn't.
I
I'd
used
let
to
that
believe
ride.
that
Show
when
me
I
the
was in
one.
Brian Schmidt's faction, and now I'm just
No,
delusional
let's
after
roll it.
that. So like,
Roll it up.
All right, it's rolling.
No
We're
bonuses.
rolling it
here we
up.
go.
Come here, one.
Big 10 to an
It's
11.
a tech 6.
6 to a 7.
Yep.
See,
I
it's
will
not
say
that bad.
7.
Agility 7.
It's not that
Get
bad.
off of him. We're going to crowd
Crowd
meter 2.
meter two.
It's not that bad. It's just a crowd. It's like what is it? Schoolboy.
Yeah, I know.
That's how I
Simon,
feel
see
about
your
it.
face.
Yeah. We just have
Disappointment.
to get the crowd going a little bit. The
Strike
spider,
10.
I feel like the spider was a good lull.
Grapple 5.
We gotta get the
Strike
crowd back
7.
into it.
All right, so I will.
Rom Light with another strike 10. This is insane. Just the man is hot.
We will.
Who do we think
Okay,
wins
that
this?
one.
I don't think Swaggy wins this, unfortunately. I don't think the
don't
finish
talk to
strike
me.
is
Don't
gonna
talk
do
to me
it.
about that, Carlos. You stay out of the chat with that schoolboy talk.
Tapley, lead grapple, marvelous recruits.
It's marvelous.
Oh, marvelous recruits. Sure.
All right.
Pick up the lead.
Rolled strike for turn, add lead, finish, strike back to hand.
I think Brimer just wins this.
Lead, finish, strike.
If he rolls another strike,
Hey, if he rolls another strike, it's a finish.
Grapple 9.
that's not bad.
No, big grapple 5.
Strike 10.
Oh, but it's a
No.
tag. But they can tag.
No.
Oh, tag.
Yeah.
Tag.
We'll team up.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
Tagging it up.
yeah. Brimer was like, I got this in the
No.
bag, and then they tagged.
Get it on Brian.
Yeah. Brimer's
Rami.
rolling on fire.
Lead sub Ricotta.
Ricotta.
Ripple.
Is
Impact.
that how you actually
That's
pronounce it?
Okay.
Yes. Wriggle.
I'm gonna keep saying ricotta.
Brimer, finish strike, death by elbow.
No.
Oh,
Yo, that's dirty. That's disgusting.
But
Any
he
card you
does
have in
have
hand?
a card.
I like how Swaggy's getting hyped for this, but he's gonna be like, he's gonna have to
Have 9
stop
with
it
it.
for him.
it's 9 with it though.
Sure. Let's go.
Okay. I don't think I have any
Swaggy
elbows in
stop
play
for
against
it.
you. It's a good thing for you, but
I mean, he
So
can't
it's just
stop
gonna
it either
be,
way.
yeah.
So
plus 2 for the crowd meter.
I think he only gets
yep.
bonuses from the card. I think it's gonna be a +3.
And that's a 9 to 11.
this is the worst outcome.
Yep.
All right, all right.
This is terrible.
Tag.
Power.
This is terrible.
Power.
Matt has
Not
Chris
power.
Tapley.
1.
One.
Matt has Chris Tapley.
Tech.
That's attack.
That's.
Strike 2. Yeah, now I'm not.
Matt has Chris
Dude.
Tapley.
Oh no.
Agility.
Agility.
Green.
Hold on, I may have you there.
Matt has Chris
Green.
Tapley.
Yeah, that's my grip. Sorry, bud.
Good nights, guys.
Good match, Chris Tap.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner and moving on to face the Triad champion, the Brock Smith at the time, to go 1-on-1 is Chris Tapley, baby.
Hey, Brock, you didn't bet on me, did you? You bet the field?
I gotta say,
Suck it.
the only thing that makes me happy about this is how sad Brock is about this entire situation.
Brock is in shambles right now.
I tried my best, guys. I just don't know how to roll finish rolls. Apparently.
No, you didn't.
Apparently you don't, because that was like what, a 5 and a 6.
I rolled a 5 and a 6, dude. It was
wild.
Four more crowd meters and he would have got there.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah, 4 more crowd meters.
No, good match, guys. That was fun, Dari. That was
Absolutely.
Good game,
Very
guys.
good. All right.
Good stuff, boys.
Don't go anywhere. We will be back momentarily with the post show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sunday Night Fights and welcome to your post show. And what a night it has been. We had Tornado, we had Triad, we had the Spider shaking it up for everybody. And Brock Smith is
in
is
shambles.
the saddest person in all of America right now.
What a terrible year it's been.
What a great year it's been. It's been amazing.
Simon Davner, world champion. Brock has a triad possible match against Matt Haas and Chris Tapley. What is this world
Prime
come to for
Wave
the boys?
winning out of nowhere. This is just horrible, man.
This is Brock Smith's worst nightmare. But folks, we're going to do a quick rundown of what happened. Starting. Cool.
Okay.
Starting off the night, we had Tornado action. We had a #1 contender match for the LFF Tornado Championship. We had Brian Wait for It Schmidt as the Wait for It going up against the TVA Commissioner Drew Madsen as Final Form Dick Thunderlips. This match went all the way to crowd meter 1. Your winner and #1 contender for the Tornado title is Drew Madsen. Rambo, what do you got for me?
So glad you brought this up. I almost forgot about this. It seems like it was so long ago.
I know, right?
Like it was a great time had by everybody. I know production really enjoyed that match as well. It was a great fun time had by everybody. Drew, a known tagger, he got the dub. We're not surprised. You know, we expected this. Yeah, it was a good palate cleanser to the night, if you will. What? Yes?
Your internet kind of went in and out right there.
Yeah, you went kind of robot-y.
You went kind of Brock there for a little bit.
It happens.
That Michigan internet.
Yeah. But yeah, no, but it was but it was a good but it was a good match overall. Finally, once Brian Schmidt decided to start winning turn rolls right there after crowd meter 1. Brock, what do you got to add to this?
You know, this was actually before the news that I heard that was a double whammy considering the Triad division. This was a pretty great night.
It was a great night.
I mean, who expected anything less other than Brian Schmidt getting his absolute face pounded sand in by Drew Madsen? It was quite honestly, it was great. It was amazing. It was fantastic. It was a great match.
Yeah, it was very entertaining. Elder Dan, anything to add to this?
I will say, while that match was happening, I was having a lovely conversation with the Spiders and looked down at my phone. Hold on, wait, is that a finish already being thrown by Drew? So match is over then, and Schmidt kicked out. Like, okay, like a finish just immediately like that. Not surprising.
We did almost have the 1, 2, 3. It was it was kind of entertaining.
Would have made my night.
Yeah.
And the man who loves tag is now the #1 contender for
he gets to continue to tag. It's going to be great. Yeah, but congratulations to Drew Madsen on becoming your #1 contender for the Tornado title. He gets to go up. He gets to go up against Bob Dunn, the champion, who has been really just on a generational run with this Tornado title.
Oh, okay. That Captain Khan speech will always.
Oh my God, the Captain Khan.
After Dark,
Bob Dunn cursing everybody, cursing Tornado, the game, Dice, Harry, Boss, John. Oh, it was fantastic.
Wouldn't it just be so ironic if Drew won the Tornado tag belt? Just the irony.
Oh, that would just be.
Yep.
Maybe we can get that booked for Southern Fried because Bob's going to be there.
I would love to get that booked for Southern Fried. All right, but then after that match, we did have the Spiders come on. Bob Dunn had his whole presentation, a lot of moving up and moving down. Really, the big hits are you got Cyclone and you got
Grandpack Theo.
Grandpack Theo moving up into the World Division. Yeah. So congratulations to Trey and Ricky Riot for congratulations to Ricky Riot for finally just driving that competitor into like the world because
that's cute. You think John Calais would ever give him a title shot for doing that?
I know it's not happening.
That's so cute.
Oh, Rickety Riot.
I'm so happy that I don't have to deal with Ricky Riot piloting Grandpack Theo anymore.
I'm just hoping he runs the correct cards this time and doesn't run all of the ore cards. But for everything else with the spider, you can go back and watch it once we're done. I'm sure Bob is going to make a post and a link to the master list so you can see all of the new movements. But then after that, we had a triad match where we didn't know who was really we knew one person was in this, and then we kind of had to do it kind of Price is Right style, like come on down, like picking somebody from the audience. We ended up with Swaggy D coming in playing as King Cage, and then from the audience we had Brimelight, praise be, coming in as the man from tomorrow to go up against Chris Tapley running, you guessed it, Slime Girl. That's all he ever runs. This match went all the way to crowd meter 2. Your winner with a death by elbows, Chris Tapley, who is moving on to face Matt Haas and the champion Brock Smith for the Triad title. Before we get to Brock, I want to hear from Rambo first.
That's fine.
Brock, lose the belt immediately.
Yeah, just lose the belt
Whatever you do, lose the belt. But
take a dive.
Here's the deal. Like, the death by elbows was a nice surprise. I didn't expect to see,
a beg for mercy on a 6.
Well, that was, almost protected. Makes sense, but it still pops you in that moment when you're like, what's your tech? And you say 5, and he gets a 6, and just immediately, it was fantastic. Loved the play. But death by elbows, maybe, he waited. I don't know. Was he scared of half crab? Was that the reason we never saw?
I feel like he probably just did not have a follow-up in hand to throw.
Yeah, that's just something maybe you can do a little research on that and get back to us.
Yeah. I'll get the deck list,
because that's my thing. Is I'm sitting here wondering, did he have death by elbows earlier and he was just didn't want to throw it for the half crab, because we know how that has gone in the past. I will tell you right now, if I was in the match, I would have half crabbed. I would have won the match. I would be in there to save Brock right now. So Brock, blame Brian Schmidt. That's all I have to say.
I'm so glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that, because you know who I am going to blame? I'm going to blame the deadbeat dad Possum King for not accepting bench shots. Because you know what a good father would do? A good father would come in, win the match, and keep me protected from Matt Haas. No, now I got to deal with Chris Tapley and Matt Haas, further proving why PK is a deadbeat dad and some trash can of a human being.
That was not the angle I thought you were going to take with it, but
that's
a solid point.
Schmidt, I was about to say, Schmidt breathed a huge sigh of relief there, because target was acquired, but the termination missed on this one.
Yeah. Elder Dan, before we get to the looking forward, what do you think about this?
Just that damn blast into the light tubes.
Blast into the light tubes, baby. Put all the mission members through the light tubes.
Wow. But the fact that Swaggy had the beg for mercy on his 6. Again,
it popped. It popped us.
I have to deal with a lot from just these Swaggy shenanigans.
Listen, man, he'll catch you when you're not prepared.
Yeah, no, exactly. And hell, if he didn't tag with Tapley that last turn, it could have been a completely different game.
Yeah, Brimer could have.
Brimelight would have hit the lead finish strike. I mean, he was ready to cook.
We would be Brock would be sitting here trying to form an alliance with Brimelight.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to be losing the match.
Yeah. All right. But that was it for tonight. But we got some stuff to look forward to, and the man with all the notes and all the goings on, it's Rambo Apocalypse. What do you got
Always
for us?
in the know, baby. So let's go over a couple of things. First, those of you that are still left, thank you for being here with us. But the Players Draft is coming up June 11th. Some of you need to get in. There we go. We back. We live. We good.
We back.
Okay, cool.
Contagious.
So we know some of you. I'm so sick and tired of Steve Rest messing with my internet. I am just so over it. Like, it's ridiculous. We still good?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, so
good. I was just making sure because sometimes it's just, you know how it is dealing with Steve Russ. Players Draft is coming up June 11th. Make sure those of you that are unknown, tell your friends, get out there, let people know why they should draft these players. Unlike me, I have to tell you anything. So we got Monday Night Fights. You got Underworld and Under. Stip, final round to be determined. Dojo, possible. Maybe Schmidt wants the night off. We'll see. Who knows? Toto, Steve Russ is going to be on to bury Brian Schmidt.
Oh, wow. That's surprising.
Ignite will be on as well. So this could be a big night for Brian Schmidt, or it could be an absolute in the toilet night as he has challenged my AC online champion, the Terminator himself, Carlos Lumbre, 1v1 in a non-title match. And I've also still got room for one other match on the card, so hit your boy up. ETU will be on this week. Alexander Slamilton and ruin it for everyone. Tea Time is back. 18 and up.
Yeah, breaking.
Well, I hate it. I don't know what to tell you.
Just keep going. Just keep going.
I was about to say.
Who cares about all that other stuff? You know?
Yeah. Tea Time Friday night, Sunday Night Fights, Play True Time. And, there we are. That's what we got. Huge.
All right, sweet. Thank you, Rambo, for all. Thank you, Rambo, for all of that. Always with the notes. Always with the goings.
Trash ass internet.
Yeah,
Steve
trash.
Resk.
Damn, Steve Resk messing with my internet.
It's his
messing
fault.
with triad matches and internet.
Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month, everybody.
Yeah, go kiss a dude. Oh.
Find an endless
Oh my
hole
God,
in
yes.
honor of Brock Smith. Happy
Jesus
Pride,
Christ.
happy Pride, everybody.
What are we doing here? We going raiding? Who we going raiding?
Of course we're raiding.
There's Colt Cabana's online.
Boom, boom.
JT Dunn's online. Matt Custodian's online. We got all kinds
Matt
of people.
Custodian.
Let's do Matt Custodian.
Let's support one
Let's
of
go
the
raid Matt
best
Custodian.
people
Yeah, Matt
in this
Custodian's
community.
online.
All right, folks. We are going to go raiding Matt Custodian. Until next time, can I get a bye, man?
Bye, man.
Bye, man.
Go kiss a dude.
Oh my God.